The source of all evil is here as well, in case you're wondering.
The snake? Are you saying you're a snake?
That's awfully
Biblical?
Christian centric.
That was meant to be.
I am not a Leviathan.
I was really waiting for Mitchell to just randomly scream, but okay.
He's not. He's gonna wait for you to be in the middle of the recap before he does it.
Previously. After arriving in Starshore, resurrecting your friend with the help of a powerful ally and his powerful allies, you spent some time getting good and bad news, finding good and bad things, but in general, finally finding your bearing in this city. Knowing that the full moon was coming, you went out and, after meeting old friends and contacts, of course, went out in the middle of the night where you didn't tie Liliana up, and then proceeded to get in a huge fight with a werewolf version of Liliana. Eventually, she was able to control herself. It was harrowing and dangerous for many strange reasons. But it was something that you were able to overcome. And eventually, she was herself again. But while that was happening, while you were all watching over Liliana to see what exactly would happen, something else was happening. And for that, we turn to the missing Henry, Amari, and Simon to find out what they were doing that night, if anything. So, I ask unto you both, Amari, Simon, as the night grows long in Starshore, what are you two doing?
Well, Simon was gonna pull along Henry, but I guess Simon will pull along Amari.
Oh boy.
If he wants to. Actually, so, probably in the inn, this would be just after, probably an hour after everyone else left, someone would walk up to you, Amari, and, I'm gonna do my book, and then he pats the black book. Do you mind coming with me and keeping a lookout?
Your book? What do you mean?
In the room.
He just looks confused.
Simon thinks for a second.
Amari, if he notices like a bit of hesitation, he's gonna put his hand over his mouth and then suddenly point a finger at Simon and say, "Is it magic shit?" and cast message.
Simon nods, doesn't even say anything back, just a plain, yeah.
Amari seems immediately excited and stands up. Lead the way.
And Simon would start leading the way out of town.
Alright, you're leaving the city?
Would it be easy to leave the city? I mean everyone else
yes.
left the city, like, fine, okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, just leave the city.
You...
Oh, sorry.
No, what?
Like, can we make this, like, just as the sunset? So, like, it's not a full moon yet, but it's, like, easy for us to see and leave the city.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
Oh. You head out of the city. The sun has set and it's The moon is starting to come out as you are navigating your way out into the wilderness. You are on the main road, heading back in the direction of Plassar and Cole and all that.
Once we get a good amount out, Simon would start breaking away from the path and finding an open area where the moon could shine down in the trees off the path.
Alright. It's not hard to do. It's late. It's dark now. It's very quiet. There's not a lot of activity this far away from the city at night, especially off the path, so... You find a nice, comfortable tree. Nice little thicket nearby, but it gives you a little bit of cover from anything that you wish to hide around, and you break out the book.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Amari, are you doing anything, or? Okay.
I guess not.
So, Simon, you open the book and the arcane sigils show up and begin to glow and reflect and have that very faint, almost ethereal moonlight glowed. And it goes by here and there. A Mitch leaves here and there.
Amari just leaves.
You look up and Amari's just gone.
Simon panics, closing them again.
My internet decided to shut
You wake up
itself.
and see his corpse.
Yeah.
What happened?
You found a nice little place off the path outside of the city where Simon is looking at his book. What are you doing, Amari?
He'd have followed along and is, just making sure no one's, like, blatantly staring at them.
Hey, give me a perception check.
Oh boy. Let me open up my sheets because that's what caused this to happen. I had to redo everything. He's a perception check, you say? My favorite. And then I do well.
Would we see that?
Heading out, you keeping your eyes peeled, Amari. No one seems to be following you or anything as you get out of the city, at least, that you can tell.
What about right now, then?
Simon, as you, Amari, you watch as he opens the book and flips through some pages. Eventually, one of them has this beautiful emblazoned silvery glow on the arcane runes. They glow and you, Simon, instinctively, almost like looking, trying to commit them to memory, they begin to burn into another page, giving you a newly learned spell. This takes...
Mari would be, like, he would do his best to keep his distance, but he is curious and does stay close enough to, like, look at the page.
In that case, I would need another perception check. If you're not paying complete attention to look out and you're trying to figure out what's going on.
It's just like a glance. It's not, like, too bad. I'm not, like, staring at the book.
No, but it depends. You're trying to figure out... Okay.
And I do well anyways.
It is strange. You've seen spell books before. This is not that overtly. It's hard to really... It's unlike anything you've ever seen before. This goes on for maybe 5-10 minutes or so. another minute or two, you're kind of glancing around, you kind of look at that and look back, and you see at the path somebody on horseback just kind of stopped, looking vaguely in the direction. You can only see because you get the faintest outline and a lantern lit at the edge of, just at like the edge of your vision, how far off you are. But it seems like they were stopped for a little bit.
Just gonna be like nonchalantly, just not even act like I noticed them.
And after maybe 15 seconds, they begin heading in the direction of Starshore. Nothing else happens. You need to keep an eye out, Simon. You finish committing this new spell to your abilities to cast. Feel that connection, that learning with this tome. That much more powerful.
After Simon's done, he'll shut the book and turn around. Is Amari facing Simon or facing away?
He's kind of got. He's like even shouldered with Simon. He's like facing the direction Simon was facing, but he wasn't facing at him.
Okay. Thank you, Amari. Everything's good. All clear. No.
So now you have to tell me.
What do you want to know?
Is that a Sunboy book?
Not really.
What is it?
I mean, I really don't know much about it.
Well, what's
All
it
I
do?
know is during a full moon, I get to it gives me a spell. Every night in a full moon. Well, not every night.
That's interesting.
So that's why I gotta check it out every full moon. I would say it's probably the opposite of a sun boy book, as you would say.
Yeah,
Someone
seeing that it
looks
needs
up.
the moon.
Yeah, it doesn't use the
I
sun
just
at all.
meant. I didn't mean it was the sun. I meant, was it the what's it called? Used by the Academy.
I mean, a man in the academy had it, and he gave it to me. It was a very quick exchange. I wanted out, and he gave me a key.
Is the book the key?
The key reason why I got out? I mean, kind of. That's why I'm kind of looking for answers right now.
Anything else you feel that might not be obvious to ask? Like,
You want me to help you interrogate me?
I'm not interrogating you. I'm just asking questions about it. Because I don't know.
I mean, all I feel is that you should know is I'm thankful for this book, and that's really all. Once
Alright.
I learn more, I'll update you, but as of right now, I really don't know much.
Can other people learn from the book, or is it just you?
I do not know. I haven't really tried, because it being in the mouth illegal.
Amari will slide on over. Well, one way to find out.
Simon rolls his eyes.
Mari just has like this like sly grin. Come on, aren't you at least curious?
Not really. I'll be honest, Amari.
Why not?
Because this is something important to me.
Oh, it's your book.
I feel when I know more about it, I will be more than happy to share with you. For all I know, I could share it with you, and then it could just disappear. It could. Magic is crazy, and you know that.
I guess. Well, I mean, come on.
Simon will start walking.
Man. You can't say you're not the least bit curious as to what if it gives us both star powers?
Don't want star powers. I don't want to be associated with them at all.
Well, I mean, you use your star powers all the time.
Star powers, yeah. But I don't know why I thought you meant sun there.
No,
Sun
you
is
got
a
like
star.
your star powers, like star spells.
Yes.
Come on, come on.
Simon's just gonna keep walking.
All right.
I can teach you
Try
a
my
lot
best.
of other things. Just I don't know enough about this.
He heads back with Simon.
All right.
Simon's gonna keep an eye out, an extra eye out, because he's like very sketched out.
Murray will still keep his eyes open as they're making their way back. Make sure that there's no like guard, any superfluous guard activity simply because a dude was reading a book in a field.
All right, give me a perception check.
And we do good.
So you're
Well,
Amari focusing more on this book and getting it kind of stuck in your head and letting your mind wander out of curiosity. Your best to just think about all the possibilities of what it could. And don't pay as much attention as you. Simon, you watch, and when you don't notice anything strange till you get into the gates of the city. As you begin walking down the main street towards the Darrow Fort, you do see a man on horseback. Just kind of off to the side. Sticks out a bit just because, you know, horses are fairly rare inside the city. But
Can I clear something up real quick before we go any further?
Yeah.
Anything magical I have is wrapped.
okay.
Just want to say that.
And
Someone continues in.
he just kind of like looks at you. You can't make out much. Wearing a cloak, looks like he's got a helmet on even under the cloak. Can't make out much in the way of facial features. The horse seems basic, simple, brown, and some splotches of white. A nice heavy leather halter.
Is he just off to the side or something?
Yeah, just kind of off there watching.
Okay, cool. Then Simon's not gonna pay him any knowledge. Really, just walking, talking with Amari.
And eventually you guys reach back to the Darrow Fort. Henry still up and just kind of nods at you and then just kind of looks at you. Hey, no, shakes his head regarding the rest of them. He heads upstairs.
I will as well.
Simon will drink for a bit. Happy about what happened. Probably stay there until a little bit later tonight and then head up.
Hey, and eventually you head up to bed. The rest of you, were you taking watches? Were you all going to be staying up? What was the plan?
Evian isn't sleeping. I can't
let
speak
me
for the others.
let me share what I have. The last line of my notes from the last session. Response to your question.
All right. So you all stay up. You'll all be getting a level of exhaustion and no rest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cool.
Who stays exhausted? Can't believe you.
And eventually, as the sun begins to rise, you all begin to make your way back to the city. Those of you who were wounded by Liliana seem to be suffering no ill effects.
It was just Walker.
Yeah.
I suppose also...
Technically,
Evian
sort of Evian, but
Yeah.
way.
But no,
I
neither
was
of you
going
seem
to
to be
say-
suffering any ill effects from the fight.
Just like he did with Walker, Owen would have wordlessly checked Evian over to make sure that he was all right. Probably, a long time before this.
I believe it was specifically just a couple claw marks on his arms.
Like right on the shoulder area, yeah.
To specify, Walker did spend most amount of the night refixing those that silver bolt that was missing its shaft.
And eventually, after sunrise, you all pack up and make your way back to the Darrow Fort.
Does Liliana do anything different during the night?
No, she kind of just hangs out by the tree that Evian had tied her to for a bit.
And she never falls asleep?
Nope. She just kind of stays up and kind of just watches everybody, kind of just looks up at the sky at some points. But once morning does come, she would get up and... Oh, is it doing it again? Son of a bitch.
Get up and...
Approach the group and kind of you guys, I'm really sorry. I swear that when he gave me the potion, that guy said that it, would keep me safe, keep me from giving in to the hunger, to the need to attack.
Well, you did turn back eventually. I suspect it ain't the same for werewolves who don't have it. At least it would seem like that to me.
Perhaps the man himself will know more.
Maybe.
Walker stays silent as the others speak and just kind of still keeps an eye on Liliana.
I just wish that he had mentioned that I would still change. I told him that I didn't want to risk hurting anybody. Definitely has a pattern for leaving out crucial details, it seems. But I'm really sorry.
hours.
And it's not your fault either.
Aye.
No.
Well, Walker, Evian, do you guys feel weird at all?
I feel perfectly fine.
Hard to say. I've never had a wound heal this fast.
Well, after I got scratched, I got really hungry. I could smell things really good, so
Well, Walker doesn't smell any worse than normal, so...
Owen chuckles.
All smells Owen's tea leaves.
Owen did not make this one.
Your bag still is fucking infused with mint.
He doesn't have his pack.
Didn't forget I said anything. Cool.
Like everyone else, Owen left most of his belongings at the Dara Fort.
Don't smell anything.
well, maybe the potion helped with that part too.
Hard to say. There's no reason to be sitting around here. At this point, Walker will stand and begin walking off towards the city. Wish we had time to stick around here to investigate for the brigadesmen, but today's the day that Marquez should be returning.
Who all were you thinking of taking with you?
I don't think that's up to me.
What's that supposed to mean?
If you
I don't have
think
any
you'd
business
be,
with him.
if you think it would be best for you to talk to him alone,
I don't. I'm not the one who has business with him.
Owen kind of frowns. What more is there to say? I haven't the money.
It's not about what there is to say or not. It's about finding out an exact number.
Rand already gave us a number.
but we don't know for sure if it was the right number. There's a chance that this man may have a lower price. I don't know. It's worth a shot.
Aye. Mayhap we can back in time for some sleep before then.
That would be good.
Let's get going.
And eventually, an hour or two later, maybe a couple more, you guys navigate your way back to Starshore through the city and back to the Darrow Fort. It's mid to late morning, like 10, 11 o'clock when you arrive at the Darrow Fort. You can see Henry and Fergus sitting in the corner at a separate table, just having what looks like, you know, something akin to Irish coffee. Their morning hair of the dog to wake them up. I presume Simon and Amari are here as well.
Yep. I was about to say that. Mario would be drinking from his cup. Likes the taste of honeydew, but he doesn't want it to get drunk.
So everyone just come in.
Walker immediately moves in, goes to the typical spot, sits down, and takes out his crossbow, begins maintaining it. A very, very classic image.
Is that a different or the same table as the others are sitting at?
Would the others have been sitting at the normal table?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same table then.
Does anyone look injured at all?
We all look very tired.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys probably got some weird looks showing up early in the morning, like a bunch of fucking mountain people who have been living off the land from the Antelia and whatnot, but...
Walker's leather armor has some battle damage on its shoulder. Walker's new leather armor.
Simon will turn to you, Walker. Motions to your shoulder. What happened?
Wolf.
Vin. How obvious is it that it'd be a bite mark?
Probably not incredibly so. Like, for someone who knows animals pretty well, it would, but without, like, inspection, it would just look like some sort of battle damage.
Okay. Walker just kind of nods as Evian, as Evian gives his explanation.
Oh, you scared me. I thought you guys didn't tie her down or something.
Can you repeat that, please?
I said, oh, you guys scared me. I thought you guys wouldn't have tied her down or something. It's like, because if she bit you, that could be bad.
We're in the middle of the inn, right?
Yeah, how
Just
loud?
gonna fucking
It's
put his
early.
hand
It's
over
early,
Simon.
and yeah,
It's early. No
you're
one's
fine.
there. Ven has mentioned this
Oh, there's
multiple
no-
Yeah,
times.
mornings,
I missed that.
like, it's still a very large town.
Mornings, we're at a separate
Yeah.
table. Simon's not fucking screaming it.
Yeah.
He's having
You
a
can
one-on-one
specify
conversation
that,
with somebody.
Simon is being
It,
quiet.
it would be common sense, I thought.
Just specify.
But I'm glad to know that you guys didn't get hurt then. I mean, besides your armor.
I
Everything.
side eye the others a little.
We'll see.
What do you mean we'll see?
Liliana just like groans and is just, are you really that? Ugh. Do you really not get it?
So you can't just tell me that you guys didn't tie her down and she...
There's no reason to tie her down. I thought the potion work, or at least that's what I thought.
It's just safety precautions, but... Well... I guess we'll see in a few weeks.
Nothing to do now but wait.
So, next time, or... Simon just stops what he's saying.
Last time there was fairly immediate and obvious behavioral changes. Just have to be on the lookout for that.
Okay. Well, you guys know what to do now, I guess, so...
Right.
You guys gonna be sleeping all day?
No.
I look skeptical.
So I'm just okay, and just continue eating. Eat. Yeah, why can't I speak? Continues to eat.
Well, I'm going to sleep. Liliana will get up and head off to her room.
Later.
Yeah, I will as well.
As you guys are heading up, you hear Fergus echo, "If you have any trouble sleeping, just, and, gives a little smile and points to himself. Let me know."
Big
Like to
fucking eye roll.
think that everyone ignores Fergus completely.
Owen
Yes.
kind of puts his hand on Fergus's, and like if Fergus looks to him, Owen just kind of gravely shakes his head, but he doesn't say anything.
He gives a small, if warm, smile back. Gets up from the table with Henry, moves over to the table with you guys. I take it went well. Yeah.
Been worse.
He just kind of nods a bit. All still here? After all that weirdness leaving?
Owen lets out a heavy sigh and kind of leans back in his chair. Remind me to tell you about it sometime, Uncle.
He kind of looks back. I know he told me something was going on, but he was, you know, big.
That's not something we should be bandying about.
There's a lot of that. Tight lips these days. Hey. He kind of claps his hands a bit. So, we need to head out to the Corolarium today, right? But, looks to Walker. Your friend's, ship's getting in port today, right?
That's what we've been told.
You all look like shit. Want me to go in your stead?
Owen just looks... He looks even more tired now. No. There's work to be done. I won't object if you want to come along.
You see him ponder, almost unexpectedly, at this prospect. I mean, if you want me to, I will. I know the city like the back of... I know things.
Owen just looks to Walker, and he doesn't say anything. He just kind of stares at him for several moments. His expression is neutral, I think.
Walker continues what he's doing, but does kind of return a look, like meet his eyes for a moment before getting back to what he's paying attention to.
Fergus gives a little nod. Well, when you're heading out, if you want me to join, I will. Otherwise, and he kind of thumbs towards Simon and Amari. Those two look bored as hell. And he gives a little smile.
Well, are you going to take him out for a day on the town, Uncle?
No, neither of them could hold their liquor. No way. He kind of pauses for a moment and considers. Drag him with us to see your boat.
might be a bit too many.
How am I supposed to fucking know all this weird subterfuge and shit? It never sat well with me.
Oh, don't pretend I'm an expert at this either, Uncle.
Oh, it might be too many, he says.
I
like
don't
he's not an
know.
expert.
What do you want from me? I'm just...
You just said you're not an expert after telling me something that sounds like an expert would say.
Expert or not, he's right. These types of things you don't want to bring to me, people.
Well, if you can fit me, I'd like to come along. Guy considers for another moment. If not, I'm sure I'll find some drink here. And he heads back over to the other table with Henry. Oh. With Rom and Lilian.
Cut out then.
Is it Rip?
Maybe.
It's Rip, lads.
Well. Unscheduled break, boys. I'm gonna go put my fucking pot pie in the oven.
Pie.
Ooh.
Oh, pie.
I just want to put on the recording real quick that apparently when I tried to do the outro for the cut, my microphone was muted. So, yeah.
Oh God, don't.
Yeah. happens
Anyway,
He's the one. Okay.
so with that, we figure out who among you will be heading to the Corolarian to meet with Marquez.
I think to solve that, continuing from where we left off, Walker would look up to Owen and say, "Who are you taking? It's your choice." Yours and Evian's. Yours and Fergus's.
I think really it's just whether or not I want to take Fergus along. Evian is not... Well, he's a free man.
I was planning on going, unless you don't want him.
Owen sighs again. This concerns Fergus as well. He should come.
Okay. Alright.
I can't say I disagree.
And we can go whenever you're ready. Are you going to get some sleep first?
No. Work to be done.
Quite.
Owen gets heavily to his feet and we'll be right back. The makes to head upstairs.
Evian.
Yeah.
Who all is at the table right now, then?
Anyone who, like, Fergus and Henry are at another table, and
Is
Rom and
it-
Liliana left.
So it's Amarian, Simon, Evian, Walker?
Yeah.
Sounds like it. And did Fergus leave? Or is he still here?
Fergus is at a different table with Henry.
Right.
So Walker would, as soon as Owen leaves, would look over to Evian. Evian, I might need your help again soon.
With?
Same thing as last time.
Let me know.
Walker nods and gets back to what he's doing.
What are you? Okay. Mari just like seemed confused, but doesn't want to intrude if he's not a part of it.
I need to make something Amari.
Oh,
It's easier to have two people for this type of thing.
okay. Would you like a third, or is it just two?
We probably won't need 3 people.
Alright. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my day. It's just gonna be another boring day hanging out in it. And then I guess.
Don't waste your time, Amari. Go around and keep asking about the thing, about the goblinoid.
Oh, right! Almost slipped my mind. I will go do that. And he does.
Alright, you're going to ask around about anything that...
Anything that has to do with the goblin boy.
How long are you going to spend doing that?
Until someone stops me.
Several officers walk up to you, sir, you have to stop.
It's been 3
You're
weeks,
asking
and
too many
people are
questions.
reporting it.
People are bothered by your questions. You keep asking the same people over and over every day.
They think it's code for some thieves guild he's trying to contact.
Amari's just waiting outside of people's houses.
Have you seen the large goblinoid?
He's just stalking outside of some widow's home because he hasn't talked to them
Or
yet.
worse yet, he actually ends up getting into a thieves guild using the phrase, "Have you seen a large goblinoid?" That's the
I
code
think
phrase.
that's the best case scenario. What do you mean?
Scenario.
Alright, so give me an investigation check, Amari, as your day begins.
Why did Vince sound cockney? Alright, so...
I was trying not to
Oh,
yawn while I said that.
Give me it.
There you go. Some nice ASMR yawning from Ben.
Let's all yawn to our mics.
So, Amari, you begin to ask around. You get a lot of people saying they heard about it but didn't see it. A lot of people... You eventually do find someone who says, like, yeah, I followed it. I was screaming for the guards. And then it went down an alley to a dead end and was gone. By the time the guards came, they looked at me like I was crazy. But that is on the higher end of the useful things that you're able to find. Meanwhile? Owen, you said you were getting to bed?
No, Owen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Owen goes upstairs and he changes out of his armor, leaves his sword and his shield behind, and changes into a clean shirt before heading back downstairs. He takes a moment. He stops at the door, looks back, and takes a minute to sing to the small jar of flowers that he keeps next to his bed. But then he heads downstairs.
I do want to mention that during the previous night, Walker would have cleaned that part of the armor that was bitten through to make sure there was no just blood on it.
Okay.
So it's just kind of battle damage at this point.
Are there still, like, I assume on Evian's arms from where he got clawed, are there still, like, gouges?
Yeah, they're not hard or deep, but they're there.
Okay.
If there was, I guess this was kind of lost at the end of last session, but if there was like visible damage, Owen would have healed Evian.
Oh, like with a spell? Okay.
I think you said that earlier, Nick.
Yeah.
I might have missed that, my bad. Thank you, sir.
So will there just be like kind of scars almost? Then?
They probably, if it was healed almost immediately, there probably wouldn't even really be scars because it wasn't major damage.
Okay.
Nice.
With that, who's heading off to the Corollarium?
As he
believe-
returns downstairs, Owen would. Owen is very obviously tired. He's walking kind of heavily, but he does walk up to Fergus and say, "That's cool."
He looks up and at first kind of like, oh god, he's gonna give me the bad news. Then his face lights up and just, we're finally getting somewhere. Hopefully this ends the way that your last plan didn't. And stands up and...
Owen does not respond.
You see him kind of look, nod to Henry, turn, and head to the door. We'll be waiting outside.
Owen, still not saying anything, just follows Fergus.
Evian will slowly get up on his chair, stretch, and come up after the two.
I'm sorry, you cut out near the end of that, Mitchell.
And head out after the other two.
Walker would also get up to head out, putting away his crossbow. And any tools he was using to maintain.
So Walker, Owen, and Evian, and Fergus make your way to the Corolarium. Wandering through the city, you end up once more at the Wharf Master's office.
Owen leads the way inside.
And you see the familiar face of Holly, who just immediately came. Hi there, how are things going today? Hey, she like, yes, turns again. Everything well? Everything good? Is there something I can help you with today?
Oh, everything's fine. Thank you for asking, Holly.
Of course.
My friends and I are looking to get... I'm sorry, I'm a bit new to the city, but there's a place called the Corolarium.
Yes, that's the docks. The docks of the Corolarium. That's just what they're called.
We're here
all accessible
see,
through here.
I'm sorry?
All accessible right through here. What do you need?
We're here to see a man from a ship that's due into port today. It's called the Long Howl.
Yes, I believe they arrived about an hour or two ago. Actually, right now, and she kind of, like, thinks for a moment, I think Rhett's currently overseeing the storage, for lack of a better term.
Well, that's perfect, isn't it? Maybe pass.
She kind of like, be fast, I won't even have to write Rhett. Just hurry back. She gives a little smile. The Wharf Master will probably be here in about an hour or two, and I'll get in a lot of trouble if you're out there without one when he gets here, so please.
Oh, well, we wouldn't want to get you in trouble, Holly. And,
you're the sweetest. And she just gives this warm smile. Her cheeks get a little red, and she opens the back door, going through to the Corolarium docks.
Owen returns the smile before leading the way through to the docks.
And as you head out, she goes, fourth slip on the left-hand side, right there. It's going to be a second one down. It's got the big wolf on the... You can see it, and she kind of points to it. Good luck!
Thank you.
And Fergus just kind of like, as you're walking past, she's an interesting one.
That's one way to put it.
Oh, you probably hate her, don't you?
Walker does not reply.
Much too positive for the likes of Walker.
Oh, yeah. She seemed like she didn't hate her life. And she gets 8 hours of sleep a night.
Owen kind of like groans at the mention of 8 hours of sleep.
I mean, come to think of it, I think I got 10 or 11 last night. It was great. I gotta tell you, those feather pillows, they are just to die for sometimes.
Owen wobbles a bit.
Fergus, if we get on the ship, I'm throwing it halfway through.
He ignores you, and with all of this energy that he has that you don't, leads on towards the ship. You head down, and immediately there are 2 Entelier brigadesmen who just kind of are blocking off the access to that specific portion of the docks. And they just kind of look at you. Something I can help you with?
Aye, we're here to see someone on that ship there.
They kind of look at you. They haven't had their entire inventory checked out yet. So if you go through, you're not allowed back without a full inspection.
Of us or the ship?
You. both, but mostly you.
I feel like I should mention right now that Evian is completely empty-handed.
Yeah, Owen's got his charm. That's all he's got.
He kind of looks at the other guard. The woman kind of like gives him a look, and he turns back. We're gonna have to check you now. Actually, we can let you on, but we gotta check you.
Now hold on just a minute. We're on. Holly's told us to be quick, and I wouldn't want any, problems. I wouldn't want you to get in trouble with her. She's kind of a, I mean, you know how she gets.
They blink very confused as you say that. How does she get?
Well, she wouldn't want you to be holding us up. Look at us. What do you think's going on here? Searching us up and down the docks. What's all this then?
He's the one who told us to do this. Let's go correct.
I will very well get on with it. And Owen just kind of steps forward.
And Walker's already as Owen was complaining, already took off his bag and was and handed it towards the guy.
And they do the laziest pat down you could ever imagine. I assume none of you are carrying anything weird on you.
Does 3.1 ratty cloaks count as weird?
They give you a weird look as they see them, but that's about it.
Why 3.1?
They're ripped up for bandages.
Makes sense.
All Owen has on him is his charm.
Even has clothes and money.
Yeah, I guess maybe a coin purse.
And they then, alright, go on, and let you go. And you head to the Long Howl. You see immediately a person that you recognize as the fake Marquette that you met the other night turn and look at you and just, hello, how are you? Something I can help you with? Oh, you lot.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hope you're feeling better today.
Much. I have nods. Something I can help you with right now, or...
Hoping to speak with...
Marquez.
Quite. Then, would I know him as the captain? Would that be accurate to describe him as?
Yeah.
Was that, kind of, implied?
Yeah, it's implied, yeah.
And we were hoping to speak with, Captain.
I'll go get it. He's overseeing the, disembarking of, all of the inventory on the ship right now. But I suppose I could take it. And he heads past the gangplank and below deck. The Long Howl is not a very large ship, but it has a modicum of sails and this very simple but surprisingly elegant, what looks like wolf on the mainsail that just is howling up at the moon.
Flashbacks.
Nice.
Though without an obvious moon. Those of you who are more perceptive would notice that there is a small moon carved into the crow's nest.
Did you mean to say all of us?
Yeah, all of you but
We're the
Fergus.
perception gang.
Yep, all of you but Fergus. The high perception gang, nothing gets by them.
Big peeper lads.
So a moment later, Walker, you see someone you do recognize. A man with a very impressive mustache, vaguely starting to kind of vaguely looks like a handlebar mustache, but much more overgrown on the sides. And this long, flowing, shoulder-length, curly black hair. You recognize this man as Marquez. He comes in. Hello, this is one of my favorite people in all of the world. How are you?
Fine, how have you been?
I see you've gotten much more talkative. I've been good.
Walker doesn't know how to reply to that.
I have been very good. Very good indeed. So, my friend here has said that you are in need of, something important.
Correct.
How about we take a walk further down the docks?
Well, these people on the fucking walks, dude.
That would be fine.
Guy looks, your friends are free to come, I just, prying ears. There's the uppity asshole down there that's helping us, double-check the manifest for any sort of imports.
Is he referring to my
He's
brother?
obviously referring to Rhett.
I won't say it.
And you guys walk closer to the... down the docks.
Walker walks?
Oh, and accompanies them.
And you see him just kind of look around. So... he kind of looks to Walker, then looks to the rest of you. I will assume, with you being friends or allies of this one, that I can trust you all to keep a lid on anything we talk about here.
Seeing as we... Yeah. Yes, you can.
Owen nods.
How many do you need to get rid of?
3.
He kind of purses his lips and shakes his head. At once, or...?
That would be best.
He shakes his head a little bit heavier this time. I could probably do one, maybe one a month. It is very hard to coordinate with people in the Arkmoda Isles. There are brigadesmen which accompany me that must be paid off. To look the other way. And then I must coordinate a ship from Garland to meet me. And there is no one that is not on the ship able to see. There are many things that must be done. Mr. Walker, you know how much money is lost. Just getting it out of the country.
Walker nods. It's like solemnly.
Pardon my ignorance, but how does having 3 people as opposed to 1 make that more difficult?
The passenger list. When we get to where we are going, Verona, and they see 3 people missing that were on it when it left Starshore, they will begin to ask questions. I may get away with excuses that once, but if it happens again, and again, it will begin to make them look harder at the long howl.
Well, suppose we weren't on the passenger list.
He gives a look. I do not think that would... Do you know how much those brigadesmen that accompany me would want? But look the other way about people not even on the list. I get the occasional person out of here, maybe once every month or 2. Shakes his head again. I know someone who could do it. Get 3, 4, fucking 500 people out of here. Okay, I'm being a little hyperbolic. Not 500. I know someone who could. I could contact them. But I will need something from them.
You want something for no guarantee that it's going to work or lead to anything?
I'm putting you... He pauses a moment. I'm putting you in contact with someone who is a guarantee. Someone who does not have risk. Someone who is not associated with Leanor. Someone who will do this out of the goodness of their dumb fucking heart. Only risk to me. He turns to Walker. He's making less money off of him. Not that I make a lot. Practically do that out of the goodness of my heart.
Does that seem genuine to Owen?
Give me an insight check. Facetious though it comes off, he does seem to be genuine about the fact that he doesn't really make much in the way of coin on his agreement with Walker.
Very well. How much?
Oh, this is not a matter of coin. I have friends that need to get into the country. Friends that are without means. It is under a time crunch, but I have been asked by these friends to get them here. You do not ask why. But we will be going on a trip. Long haul will need to make a couple of stops. We are not going to Verona, we are going the other direction, in the way of Sharendale.
Owen gestures for him to continue.
I do not care how you get my friends into the country, but they need to get in and be able to disappear before anyone knows any. It is going to take probably a week, maybe more. Most of that time will be sailing. He pauses for a moment. Most of that time will be boring. But if you can get them in, then I will put you in contact with a very good friend of mine, who I know get you out. Not even put you in contact. I will call him to a place of your request. Any coastal town he can. Any coastal place. Anywhere along the Cordelis. Except for Verona, of course. Maybe Stosh. I do not know what the timetable may be, but I could give more accurate assurances closer to the date. I would say he could arrive within 4 weeks of the time I contact.
I'm sorry, Vin. I'm kind of missing... Nick is missing what this guy's putting down. Is he asking us to accompany him on a voyage to Sharendale so that we can help his friends? Or is he saying that he's going to Sharendale and while he's gone he wants us to help his friends?
Wants you to accompany him to assist in getting friends of his into the country. And then he will get in contact with someone who can get you out.
Fuck yeah.
He just specified what exactly that means.
Yeah. He has been doing his best to dance around any specifics other than that.
No.
Owen. Go ahead.
Nope, go for it. My question in plain sight is fucking dumb.
Nice.
Owen kind of furrows his brow. And after a moment he says... We'll need to speak more plainly if we're going to be working together.
Is that an agreement? Are you willing to help?
I didn't say that. I said you're going to have to speak more plainly before we accept your help and your offer.
Give me a persuasion check.
No. Sad.
Just roll well. Easy.
Just get in that 20. Easy.
Easy,
Oh,
bro.
I told you.
Easy.
I told you it's fucking easy,
Easy.
Nick. He's gotta just do well.
The Light's Edge Plains. Fort Siege. I do not care if you kill every man and woman in Fort Siege. I do not care if you pay them off. Drugs. I don't care how you do it. But you need to be able to make it so that a group of about 20 with minor wounds and a lack of weapons can successfully enter the country.
Oh,
What does Owen know about the border forts of Leanor?
I was about to ask that for Avian.
Walker.
History checks, please.
Oh, I'm really good at these.
I'm moderately decent. No, I'm okay.
Owen hardly knows his own country. How would
this
he know
this
this
looks
one?
appropriate.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Oh!
Evian, you got no idea. Owen, you've heard that it's not Garost. It's not this. There's nothing out there that people want immediately. It's not a really well reinforced settlement. It is generally one of the less reinforced places of the Intellier Brigade. Walker, you know much of the same. Neither of you know a ton about it. Walker, you would know that at one point it was used as a red band training ground. It was a while ago, though.
Do I know anything about what's up there? Like to the north on the Light's Edge?
The Light's Edge
Plains?
Plains are mostly just plains till you get to the other side of the country, but like Leanor doesn't really talk about it a lot. Like until you get off into the sea and in the direction of Ceresis and the islands and the Dragonheart Isles, there's not a lot on the eastern portions of the continent of Verden.
I don't know much about that part of Leanor, but what's to stop you from simply picking them up in your ship?
He looks at his ship, looks back. Well, the fact that I will have Antelia Brigadesmen with me. Means it would be very strange.
Brigadesmen that you've already said are susceptible to bribes.
And that's not an amount that I really want to pay. Not an amount I can really afford to pay. Unless Walker here is generous enough to donate his next patronage to myself instead. He gives a little
Walker.
half smile.
Walker does not. His expression stays neutral, but he kind of does. He gives that, like, never, not gonna happen look.
It was a joke, do not worry. My plan was to... He pauses for a moment. I heard about this. I began planning. I was going to say that you and your group will be hired, or have hired us to make a very quick voyage to Aria. I do not care why. You do not need to say why. But everything you do will be above board. You will need 2 to 3 days there. We will be going to Sharondale in the meantime. And we will meet you back. He purses his lips for a moment, continues. During that time, you will help my friends get across the border unnoticed. Once they are able to disappear into the country, news of them or whatever happened does not matter. I just do not want there to be any trail or anyone that I do not know I can trust knowing about them until their whereabouts are unpredictable.
A group of 20 won't go unnoticed for long.
No, they won't. They only need to go unnoticed for a day or two, split into smaller groups. There's a plan. I don't know it. All I've been told is a group of about 20, some with wounds, lacking in weapons, rations, and supplies, has been living out in the Light's Edge Plains for over a month now. And they desperately need to get into the country. And they are in no position to try and do some mountain climbing.
So, they're in the Light's Edge Plains. You would have us go to Aria, make our way north, past the fort, find this group and bring them back?
No, once you are in Aria, I will get in contact with them. I will send a messenger, pigeon or some such. And they will be the ones to immediately head with the assumption that the fort will be privy to them allowing their passage. As I said, I don't care if you kill them all, I don't care if you bribe them all.
Hey, Ven.
Yep.
I see there's a bit of a woods, like, right here. Could the forts be avoided?
No. It's a matter of there's too many of them, and they're not really in, like... It's an artist representation. Like, it is dangerous to try. You don't know exactly whether or not there's mountains there.
Okay.
Like, there's a reason there's a singular fort built there. It is the only normally feasible way. I do not care if you knock them all out in their sleep, and operate the fort's gates yourself and let them through.
If we accept, there'll be plenty of time to come up with a plan.
I would hope so. I intend to, if you accept, be leaving. He pauses for a moment. Probably first light tomorrow, maybe midday. Depending on whether or not I can find anyone in need of getting to Shadendeath. But he begins, you see him puzzle for a second, kind of like starts scratching at his chin and look up at the sky for a second, and I suppose we will make a stopover in Morwen as well. It is on the way. Perhaps we can convince some Antelia brigadesmen to switch out without.
Owen bites his lip, and then he asks, How sure are you of this friend of yours who can get us to where we need to go?
He did it for a long time, getting people out of the country. It was only when the war began ravaging a couple of years ago and, the scourges and everything that he stopped. But I'm sure if I called in a favor, he would be more than willing to. The ship could accompany you. He would be able to do it. He would be willing to make the risk.
What's his price?
That will be between you and him to decide, but he is not normally one to take simple prices. He will probably just call it a favor to me.
Owen kind of frowns at that. He looks first to Fergus, and then to Evian.
Fergus looks very out of his depth right now.
What do you think, lads?
What exactly, if I may ask, is the difference between you and this man if he can so easily get a larger group out of Verona. Or not Verona, Leanor.
Because he is not currently connected to the Leanorian crown. I am not allowed to leave any dock in this country without at least 2 brigadesmen aboard.
I understand.
He was a foreigner through and through. I built my... You see him looking for the right word and eventually give up empire off of Leanorian import and export. It is only of late that my jobs have become a bit under the table.
Understood.
And he kind of motions to Walker. It is one thing to get trinkets and bags of coin out of them. It is a different one to get people. You can lie to people about what you're getting out unless it's a... Unless, of course, you wanted to spend 3 days starving in a box and hoping that you survive. Gives another little sarcastic...
I've had worse.
We all probably have, but it's not something we would want to do again.
Does it mean we're giving back?
We would be able to get you just about anywhere. I know that much. Probably not around the, Castilla Bay. Probably not the northern portions of the Shaymar Expanse, but anything else. Anywhere in the Arkmora Isles, any of the main coastal cities, get you to.
Could you get us to get Ram?
He thinks for a moment. Of course. I do not... Unless something drastic changes and the war ravages the Strait, in which case he probably won't be going much further than the Arkmora Isles, but I don't see any major changes after all. I mean, with how things are currently going, everything just continues to fight at sea.
Owen looks at him again. Does he seem to be ignorant of what we've been told about the war, or...
Huh? Me an insight check. Roll good.
Easy!
Just
And
roll
he
good, guys.
Tell me his thoughts, Ben!
Reading him and the way he's spoken, it seems he probably doesn't go south of Verona very often, and he has done a very adept job at avoiding the war, and doesn't exactly keep up on current news.
Got it. Well, Uncle? Little job seems like much more within our reach than 1,500 crosses. What say you?
You see Fergus consider for a moment. And then just give a nod. I don't think it's too bad. Don't know if... I don't know if I'm much of a fighter if you're gonna be dealing with that there political subterfuge at the fort, though.
We can decide later how we're going to handle it.
Of course. And no hard feelings if you end up wanting to leave me behind till the time comes.
I suppose that'll be up to you.
He kind of purses his lips a bit. Wasn't up to me when I wanted to stay at the fort before.
Oh, no, it was. I told you if you wanted to stay.
I told you it was up to you.
And I'm telling you now that this is up to you.
Oh, you're such a pain in the ass, boy.
Owen smiles at him. No one's going to think any less of you if you stay behind.
He considers for a second, and you know that in his heart, he would think less of him. But he just nods. We'll figure that out when we bring this proposal to the rest of them.
It's settled then. Owen looks back to Marquez, I guess.
OG Marquez.
Well, nobody here has introduced themselves to anybody else, so. But Owen looks back to him, and he holds out his hand. Seems we have an accord.
Nice to be making a deal with you. He kind of turns to Walker curiously. I didn't think someone so professional would end up with so many personal dealings in this sort of thing.
I didn't either.
Well, Mr. Walker. I hope this works out for you. Turns back to Owen, shakes his hand. My name is Francisco. You can call me Frankie.
Owen.
Nods. I need to get back. The rat man is probably tearing my manifest apart.
We'll see you tomorrow morning then.
We'll be waiting. Guy pauses for a second. I'm sorry, your uncle, Fergus guy points to himself. Yes, you. He said that there were more. How many of you are there?
9 altogether.
He considers for a second. I can make that work. I'm testing out some new crewmen to see who's going to be doing things, and they have something they need to do in Aria. We'll be spending a day or two in Sharondale in the meantime. And he almost says this to himself, like he's structuring a story for anyone who asks as he begins to walk away.
Before he leaves, Owen kind of like steps in front of him, and he says, "If any decide to stay behind, should we let you know?"
As soon as possible. The Crown is known for dragging their heels when paperwork becomes actual work.
Very well.
Thank you for this
stands aside.
arrangement. Turns to Walker. Thank you for bringing me business. I did not think you ever would.
Right.
And he gets back onto the Long Howl, leaving the 4 of you on the edge of the Corallarium docks.
Well, I hope it was worth your time.
I hope so too. I don't fancy having to take on the whole fort of Red Band.
Be worse.
Not sure how conceivable that would be. Also, Nick, you say Red Band?
I was under the impression that those were the. Ben said that at one point it was being used by the Red Band, so
He said
I figured.
Walker knew that.
But
that
but
was
like
just-
I mean, it's a border fort. Like there's not going to be fucking Sons Chosen here. I mean, maybe I'm making assumptions, but
Ben?
You would know it in Tellier, the brigadesman.
oh, okay, my bad. My mistake.
Do we know roughly how large that fort is? Like, how many men would be there?
No, that you really rolled that well.
All right.
Nor do any of you have any pertinent knowledge of Leanorian military.
Good. We could go ask my dad. You guys want to go take a detour?
Let's go see everyone's dad, and maybe someone will know something.
Really quick, let's find Lokar, have him tell us out there.
I like the idea of the 2-month journey to go find Lokar to get to your dad, which you could have done in a week.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
No?
Let's go tell the others.
Right.
And you guys...
We've got to hurry back anyway, otherwise Holly will have our heads.
Oh no.
guys eventually make your way back to the Darrow Fort, where some people are sleeping, some people are still there. Henry is seemingly keeping an eye out for the comings and goings of people. Mari, Simon, you guys still there?
I'm still hunting for a goblin, probably. I don't know. Maybe.
Simon would still be there.
Logan, that was extremely quiet.
Simon would still be there.
Yeah. All right. So yes, you guys see Simon and at a nearby table, Henry.
And once again, Walker would move, sit down exactly where he was, as if nothing had changed.
I guess we should go ask everyone if they're coming or not.
I'd hate to wake him, but I don't think this can wait.
No, I think it is important that we have it the right way so one of us can run to tell Frankie? I don't remember.
Then what the fuck did he introduce himself as his full name as?
Francisco, but you can call him Frankie.
One of us would need to go around and tell him that our numbers have changed if someone doesn't want to come.
Owen mounts the steps up to the 3rd floor.
We should all probably speak in one of the rooms anyway.
Yeah. Evian would motion to Simon and Henry and anyone else to come with.
Henry begins following.
I'll come up.
Owen knocks first at Rom's door and then at Lily's.
She will emerge groggily after a minute or two.
We have news. I'm sorry to wake you.
It's alright.
Walker knocks on the other door, and we get everyone together.
You all get together, cramming yourselves in one of the small rooms. 9 of you in there, jeez.
That's before Walker takes up leaning.
Well, only 8, because Amari's still out.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, 8. Yeah, Amari's still out. No, being probably the physically smallest, you're all still cramming in here.
Yeah.
So, what happened?
Met with Walker's friend.
It was truly him this time. The one I know is Marquez.
Said he could help us.
That's good.
And at that, Owen motions to himself, Fergus, and Evian. But there's a price. Not in coin.
In blood?
Well,
He wants
And
us.
he chuckles.
No. Well, I hope not. But
Yes, Simon, we actually have to sacrifice you, unfortunately.
Ah. Dang, I guess I'll take one
He
for the
wants him
team.
to do a job.
Oh. What kind of job?
He wants us to help some friends of his get into Leanor. Coming from the plains. North. East.
So what does that entail? Just...
Well, Simon, we don't really know too much yet, but the long and short of it is their ship is leaving tomorrow, bound for, what did he say, Sherindale. And I think we aim to be on it. He said if we do this for him, that he can help the three of us get to where we need to go.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm down to go to Shrindel.
Well, I mean, the job is going to be at Fort Sidge, he said. So he's going to drop us off the coast of Aria, and we're going to make our way north from there.
Okay.
It involved convincing or doing something to get 20 people through the fort unaccosted.
Sounds like we'd have some time to figure out what we were gonna do.
Then what does Simon know about that fort?
I'll allow a history check. It's gonna be really high because that's not really your forte.
Just roll big.
Is it Rom from the north?
Yeah, I am from the north. Can I see what I would know?
Go ahead.
She's a North lady.
She's a North lady.
If we're being technical, Walker's the closest to it.
It's true.
I mean, and Simon, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not
fuck
really.
you. You got sent off to a fucking boarding school at the age of 2.
You don't know shit.
I don't care about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who does?
Whatever.
I'm sure I've read something about it.
Simon got 2 more points on his check than Walker.
You
You just keep going up by 2, goddamn.
you
He's
know
one of us
that it is not very well defended. Don't really know much more than Walker does. Like, other than that, during times of, like, when there isn't war, it was common that the Light's Edge Plains would be used for red band training, like war game style. Mostly based out of Fort Sidge.
Hunger Games.
War game style.
Oh no.
It's a joke. Okay.
Yeah, that's not your forte.
Yeah, I understand. So, are we just getting them through the fort, in the fort, taking the fort? I just want to make sure I know exactly what's going on here.
He said he
We need to
needed...
get them past the fort.
Past
Doesn't
the
matter
fort.
how we do it, we just need to get them past it and into Leanor without extra.
Aye.
So whether we decide to take the fort or whatever, I don't know what the best move is.
She's taking the fort with only us.
He didn't say we had to take the fort. Violence is not always the answer.
Pay them off.
We aren't exactly swimming in money.
Evian's right.
There's several among us who carry Leanorian writs. Surely that's got to count for something.
I mean, I'm not
Might
the
be.
best for smuggling things, but what are we supposed to do? Show them our writs and say it's our business? And is that
Perhaps
going to work?
I'm trying to think of ideas that don't involve bloodshed.
I agree with you on that, Owen. But if we were to do that and it goes south, we have to have a plan from there on.
Well, I think right now, as we leave tomorrow, the only thing that matters is deciding if you're going to come. This is something for me and Fergus and Evian. I wouldn't ask you all to risk your necks unnecessarily. Might be dangerous. Definitely not legal.
I have this to say. I like you both, and I respect the two of you. I think you're good people who deserve help. I'd like to continue helping you. But if it comes to the point where you have to fight those within the fort, I can't abide by that. I couldn't join you in that.
I'm sure we can figure out some way that everything won't come to violence.
That would be ideal if we didn't have to hurt anyone.
He didn't give us any details about these people
He's
that
about
were
to
trying
ask.
to help. He implied that he didn't know himself. Sounded like refugees to me.
Could be.
But I'm not sure where they would have come from, seeing as they're
Yeah,
in the
why
Light's
would-
Edge Plain. I don't really quite know much of geography past Leanor.
Well, it seems like we need more information before we start getting together something more concrete.
Ship leaves tomorrow, so we would have the time it takes to travel. But
Do we know how long just about that would be?
I think he said a week.
That's
We
plenty of
can get
time.
there.
I don't exactly remember the specific time, or if he even gave one.
Yeah, we're referring to how long out of character. We're referring to how long it would we have to actually do it, or how
No,
long
how
take us out
long
of
it
our
would
way?
take? No, how long it would take the ship to travel from Starshore to the coast of Arya.
One more time. The coast of Garland.
Arya.
No, Arya.
Arya.
Ah, okay. So how long the trip would be? I think.
Yes. Okay. That's what I thought. I just wasn't 100% sure.
Which I feel like is also slightly less time than it take just to walk there.
I mean, it's a ship that travels constantly. That makes sense.
I mean, it took us. We got from Cole to Sharstone in like 5 days, 4 days.
Yeah, from Starshore to Arya is way further.
It's like okay, makes all point.
90 miles.
All things like a week is like 10 days. That's a long time.
A week is 8 days.
What?
It's almost
okay.
3 times the distance.
How long is a month in this?
A month is 40 days.
Okay.
How long is a year?
360 days.
Bastard.
How long is a decade?
Can we stop?
Yeah, let's continue.
10 years.
Thanks, man.
Anyway, I can only speak for myself, but I aim to be on that ship tomorrow morning.
Means what?
Owen looks expectantly around at everyone else.
I don't see how you're gonna stop me from coming. So,
We don't plan on stopping you.
I've told you how I feel. I'll come if you'll have me.
Owen nods. But not before looking. He looks at Walker, and it's the same look that he gave him this morning around the table. He just looks at Walker for a few moments before nodding. Simon?
Well, Count me in.
Nobody's going to think any less of you if you wish to stay here.
I mean, what am I gonna do here? I don't even feel comfortable here. I feel comfortable with you guys. If you guys leave, I'll be... Yeah, I'm coming with.
It goes without saying that this would be very dangerous. More so than just traveling in a group like this.
So far, we've done well for ourselves.
But not without risk.
Walker kind of has some down on his face at the so far we've done well, as he thinks back to when one of us literally died.
I was gonna say
We don't talk about that.
if you look around when he says that.
Henry gives a nod. I'll be in. I'll fight. Whatever it needs.
And we're just missing one.
Somebody needs to inform Mari.
Did he say
Did
when he'll be back?
Liliana agree to come, or are we still waiting on that?
Yeah, Liliana.
You said it would take about a week or two?
It will take a week to get there. Then a week to get back, and I think 3 days there. So that still leaves about a week and 3/4 for us to go to Verona.
He did say if we're successful, it would take the other party for 4 months then? Did you say 4 months?
No, he said
What,
4
4
weeks
weeks?
or so.
Okay, I got the 4 part. It would
Oh,
take
as a
the-
group, it would take 4 weeks to do this.
No,
Well, it would
for
be after we
yeah.
finished.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't care about them after we're done.
Well, it matter if there's time to go to Verona to do what
Ah.
Leon
But
needs to do.
by the way,
Yeah,
I roughly estimated the travel time by sea from Starshore to where you're going. Not counting however long you stay in Morrowind, the actual travel time is looking like about 2.5 days.
Yeah, I figured it'd be a
Oh.
lot less.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Sick. Yeah.
ships
that's
are
easier.
faster than by land.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
earlier when I was saying one thing.
I wish you would all on time then.
Fuck, I was talking, wasn't I? After we finish this, if we're successful, he said it'd be 4 weeks before his before the other party gets to Starshore.
And we could also, if we wanted to wait around Verona, we could also have him send the.
No, he said anywhere but Verona.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say we could have him send the ship to the city south of Verona. Maybe. That one.
Marina.
That one. Where's your point?
Is that Marina?
Marina.
Marine?
I'm not even gonna try to say that.
Mayreen. That's what it looks like.
Marina.
Marianne.
Let's keep making fun of Ven's naming.
We don't need to play D&D, we'll just make fun of cultures.
Hey Ben. How long's a day?
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Hours exist?
Oh, okay.
You're gonna answer him, or?
The answer is 86,400 seconds.
There it is.
How long is a second?
There's no such thing as hours, it's just seconds and then days.
What time is it? 25,000.
Anyway. Alright, so Walker says there's plenty of time between after the job and when the actual people show up.
Alright, then. I'm in.
Well,
That just leaves Amari then.
And Mari's
I'll go
out
find him.
doing... Yeah.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Something's telling me that if everyone else is going, he's not the one to stay.
Sounds like it. He really likes being with people, it seems.
He'd probably be better off finding a job here, living a peaceful life.
Honestly.
Anyway, I'll be back. And with that, Walker heads
As Walker makes the leave, Owen looks like he suddenly sits up straight and he looks kind of panicky, and he says, "Well, wait a minute. If we're all leaving, who's going to look after Sherry?"
Walker leaves.
And again, the two dads have broken up immediately.
We smuggle her with.
But we could leave
find
Sherry with
someone.
Red.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh shit.
Wait, hold on.
It's just another present.
Well, you said we weren't gonna be gone that long. We can pay for her to be looked after.
Rhett would love to have her. It's true.
Oh my.
Here's a
I will
horse. Pay for it.
personally pay for her to be looked after.
Owen looks to Rom with genuine appreciation, and he says, "Thank you, Rom."
Have I don't. I mean, Sherry. What they gave Sherry. Yeah, that Sherry. I can't speak English, guys. Okay. Has what I was trying to get at was, has Rom actually met Sherry?
Sherry's the
No.
horse. You dinguses.
So the answer is no.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I am aware that Sherry is the horse.
Oh, my bad. You were dead.
Bro.
This is great.
So
Are you
no,
sure
Rom
you
has
don't
never
wanna-
met
I
Sherry.
mean, I don't know. I mean, can you meet someone if you're dead? I mean,
We're gonna give Red a fucking horse.
technically, the horse has met Rom, but Rom has not met the
We
horse.
just- Okay,
No.
I do. What
Yeah,
horse is
that's what I was talking about.
The horse
What
with
if
the
we-
cadaver.
What if we get the horse in Rhett's house and just fucking leave her there?
Good prank. Do solid prank.
No.
Horse in your
Won't
house,
they
Frank.
not let you bring the horse into the city, though?
I mean details.
How many spell slots are you guys willing to waste charming guards to get a horse into the city?
I don't know, man.
All of them. We have 2.5 days to recover. We can take a long rest on the ship. It's fine.
But like real talk though, we have a lot of spell slots between us all.
That's all. That's all I'm
And
saying.
no, I can't even do it. I can only. Never
Well, the
mind.
key point. You can jump over the wall with the horse.
I don't think he can carry the horse while he jumps over the wall.
Dude, I got like 200
that's
sparks
what
I can
you
use
need.
on the way in.
Oh, thank God. That'll help.
Anyway, so Walker, you head back to the docks.
Yes, I wait. No, I'm looking for fucking Omari.
Oh,
We need
So
to
I
track
also
the boy
can
down.
we take a quick break soonish?
oh, no problem. We will go ahead and take a break now as you go to track down Amari. Anyway, so give me an investigation check, please, Walker, as you start looking for Amari.
Walker's supposed to be asking people about a guy of Omari's
Ask-
description looking for the goblin. Wait.
After maybe, it's a big city, but it still doesn't take more than maybe half hour, 45 minutes before you're on his trail, and another 5 minutes, and you catch up to him.
Mari,
Oh, thank you for your time. What? Yes,
we're
it's
going
me.
back. Come on.
Oh, okay. Thank you again. Sorry to bother you. He just waves this lady off and then just starts walking.
Walker's kind of starts walking back and like, I'm assuming Amari catches up. I
Yeah.
was hoping for a confirmation on that, Mitch.
What? I was
I'm
reading.
assuming Amari catches up
Yes, he catches up. I said that. I thought.
without looking at him. Walker starts speaking. You have an important decision to make, Amari.
Mm-hmm.
The group's going to be heading off somewhere northeast. It's going to be dangerous, and not just the type of danger that we've had before.
Hmm.
This type of job could put you at odds with, well, Brown. If things go badly, you might not be welcome here. You might be an actual criminal.
Oh. Well, I mean,
It's not too late, though.
are the rest of you doing it?
It's not too late, though, Mari. You could choose to stay here. With skills as an interpreter, you'd make decent money, be able to live comfortably.
I mean, I could. But I mean,
It's something you should think about, Amari.
wouldn't you miss me? He gives like a genuine smile.
It's not about that. It's about your safety, Amari. This is your best chance for a normal life.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, am I ever gonna have a normal life? Really? I mean, I'd miss you guys.
It's as normal as it could get. Something to think on. Anyway, let's get going. Walker
Okay.
picks up the pace slightly. He's now doing a power walk.
Mari keeps in step.
And we get back. Transition. Star fade.
Owen had a thing to do after Walker left.
Nick, is it going to be a long thing? Can I eat pie?
It is a brief conversation.
Oh.
Bitch.
After, because Fergus also had a thing. As Walker was leaving, Fergus well, with the assumption that that one's going to be coming to Amari, should I go ahead and go let our friend know about how many of us are going?
We already told them 9.
I thought I said we were going to tell him that things changed. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to
Confirm.
settle.
I can do it if you want. It's up to you.
Owen
In
clasps
charge
him
here,
on the
right,
shoulder.
Owen?
Owen clasps him on the shoulder and says, "See it done."
And he heads off. Carrying a
Wait, wait, hold on. Shouldn't we just, like, I mean, we should just wait for Amari, right? Like, he's coming right back.
Walker's gone for 45 minutes.
Yeah, Walker's gonna be gone for a while.
But, like, on the off chance that Amari says that he's out, like, I don't know, maybe I just got caught up in the scene, you know?
All right,
It's
and
fine.
so, reconsidering,
Oh, what am I saying? Amari's going to be in. Oh, off you go, Fergus.
he clasps you even harder, just like slapping you on the back. That's the spirit. All right, Owen,
Jesus.
I'll see you in a bit. And he heads off.
Hurt my hands.
Owen looks around at everyone and his eyes settle on Evian. Evian, can I speak to you?
Yeah, sure. Here or elsewhere?
Owen smiles at everyone else and then makes to exit whoever room we're in.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's Roms.
All right, and you guys get to a private room to talk.
Listen, Evian, I just wanted to apologize for snapping at you last night like that.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I get where you're coming from. I didn't want to do it, but I felt like after Walker got bit, that it was probably better than nothing.
I suppose you're not wrong, but she's not a monster, Evian.
You know that. I'm not saying that she is, but when she was in that form, it took time to convince her to come back. And if anything, I don't think a small rope is going to stop her. But it would buy more time to bring her back.
I don't want everyone to forget that she's our friend.
I haven't forgot.
Oh, nuts. What's Walker said something about doing something he promised?
I don't know. I think that's likely something between the two of them. Could always ask.
Owen frowns. He had silver bolts, Evian. Do you think he means to kill her?
If she asked him to.
Owen's face kind of falls, and he turns a bit ashen.
Think about it. If you had the same affliction and you attacked all of us, would you want to deal with the... Would you want to deal with the aftermath of that? Would you... I feel like I would... That is the decision I would make. I would not want to...
I don't think you would give up, Evian.
But if I am attacking my friends, then I think the safest course of action that I would ask of would be, if I'm a threat, put me down. And I think that may be a similar mindset to what Liliana said.
Owen's frown deepens. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. She never left, Evian. She was in there the whole time. I know it.
I think there is a reason she didn't attack the three of us. But I don't know for...
Well, I suppose I'm just glad that it wasn't worse.
Yeah, that could have been much worse. And as he says that, Evian looks kind of at his forearm.
Owen puts his hand on Evian's shoulder. His other shoulder. It's going to be all right.
Well, in good news, I feel absolutely nothing. No different. So that's
What if-
promising.
What if I mention something about, I was thinking about going out for Owen kind of like leans in a little bit, and like his eye, he widens one eye as he like looks at Evian. What if I said I was thinking about going out for sausages? How does that make you feel, Evian? And then he looks at you like really closely.
I mean, I've never been a man to turn down sausages.
He kind of settles back. Very well. Just checking.
But then I believe Walker suffered a bit of a deeper wound. I would be more concerned with him rather than me.
I expect Walker to tell us if something's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's all. Thank you for taking the time to speak.
Of course.
End scene.
Still not enough time to get some fucking pie. I can't believe this shit.
Then after that conversation, how long is it until? Well, I guess maybe I should ask a different question. After Owen, I imagine that was in either Owen or Evian's room. And if Owen departs that room, like, does it and it goes down to the common room? Who is there?
Ven? Oh no.
Is he?
I hit my mic
If
again,
you
moving
mute his mic
Oreo.
again-
I'm sorry.
I was gonna be
He's
man,
gone
I
for,
was
like-
gonna be so upset if we had to redo that entire scene.
No,
I
I
was
just
gonna
hit
be
my mic
upset.
again for the recording thing. God damn it.
Fun.
Thanks for laying on the thing, Oreo. I keep having to readjust it, and I keep hitting the mute button. No, so I'm sorry. So after that scene, you head back down. Presumably, I will, correct me if I'm wrong, Simon, Henry, Walker.
Walker, it would be a while before Walker got back. Still.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, so Simon, Henry... That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Evian and Walker, Margon, Liliana, and Rom are asleep.
I mean, if Walker was going down to the common area,
Walker's
Evian
still
would
gone.
Walker's still
most
gone.
likely follow.
You mean Owen?
So Evian, Owen...
That's what I meant. I'm
So it would
sorry.
be
They're so
Evian-
similar.
Ew.
So Evian, Owen, Simon, and Henry are in the common room now.
Ron would probably have just stayed up for now,
Okay.
actually, instead of going back to bed.
She would have pulled a Walker.
As he gets back to the common room, Owen walks over to the bar and inquires if there are any messages for him.
There have not been.
Evian would also walk over to the bar, but he's not looking for messages. He wants a drink.
He's looking for alcohol.
Exactly.
You get a drink, and you guys get a little bit of relaxation done. And a while later, Fergus comes back, and he looks puzzled. Like he's been asked to do algebra, but it's Fergus. And he immediately just kind of scans the room, sees Owen, goes over to him. Owen.
Aye.
So they told me... No, there was a brigadesman with me when I went back to the ship.
Why was there a brigadesman with you?
Because they didn't want to give me a writ, so they gave me an escort. So he said... He can get us all to the coast outside of Aria for that shipment we need to make. But if we want to get there faster, we should probably get horses.
Owen,
The ship?
Owen kind of frowns. And then he, I imagine that unless Evian left, Owen was sitting with Evian at the bar.
Yeah.
And he kind of gets up and motions for Evian and Fergus to follow him to the table where it was Simon and Henry that were sitting there, right? They're sitting at
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah.
Owen comes over and sits down at the table and motions for Fergus to tell them what he told him.
He recants the same thing once more.
So it sounds to me like he's implying we could get it done faster if we travel by horseback.
From where we go, he says that it will be quicker if we have horse after we're let go from the ship.
You mean, did he say our business in Aria would be faster if we had horses?
He nods. Said he has 4,
Sure.
but not anymore.
He has what?
4.
So he had 4 horses, now he has 0 horses.
No, he has 4 he can lend us,
But no more than 4.
but no more than 4.
So we need 5 horses to bring on the ship?
I think what he's trying to say... Well, hold on. Is that what he's trying to say, Fergus? He wants us to have horses on the ship and...
Because he's not going to be letting us off next to where we need to go. So if we're going to be
I
traveling,
understand.
horseback is faster.
So we need to go out and buy 4 horses, is what you're saying.
He nods. I think. I wish Walker would have come with me.
Well,
How are we going
We
to get
ha-
horses into the city?
I'm sure we can arrange with the stable master or something to have the horses brought into the docks or something. Must happen all the time.
Yes. We do already have Sherry though, so we don't need to buy.
I mean, nobody actually answered me if Rom had met
No,
Sherry.
Rom
yet.
has
No,
never met
she
Sherry.
hasn't.
But she knows about her. I mean, yes, it was just mentioned, but did she know about her before that?
Did Owen sit her down and regale her about our new horse that Walker owns?
I mean, that sounds like something Owen would do.
It's pretty funny.
That does sound like something I want to do.
Rom likes horses?
Oh no, was Rom a
Okay.
horse lady?
She's a rich lady.
Is she a horse girl?
No, but she likes them.
So she's a horse girl.
I mean, there's liking horses and then there's being a horse girl, okay?
Oh, see a
Sure, bro.
difference.
Sure, bro. Well, perhaps when Walker gets back, he's going to have something to say about this. I'd hate to have to go and double check. It makes us look unprofessional. You know what I'm saying?
Fergus just kind of nods in agreement with everything you say at this point.
I don't even know if we can buy horses in Starshore.
He said he's got 4 of them at the stables, and we can probably buy more. Say it's a favor for Marquez, and they'll sell them to him.
Well then, I suppose we have work to do once they get back. Let's hope that they're not too long.
Oh shit! The point of the whole asking about Sherry thing was if she is just a cart horse or if she's a riding horse too, like if that's possible.
From what
Really?
Nick knows of Sherry, she probably will not be very happy to be a riding horse.
So I need to buy 5 horses.
Easy, just
Listen.
let
Owen will ride
her.
Sherry. It'll be fine.
He can give her some nice pillow talk and it'll be fine.
What about
Oh,
Holly?
cool.
Listen,
Yeah, who's gonna ride Holly?
listen.
Listening.
I'm also listening.
I'm just going to pivot back towards the focus of what we're doing here, which is D&D, or at least that's what it's supposed to be. Owen waits for maybe a half hour, and if Walker and Amari aren't back by then,
They get back after maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Owen waves them over to our now claimed table.
Walker, as per tradition, goes to the table, pulls out his crossbow. Starts working.
Oh.
He shoots people. What are you fucking on about, Amari? Bitch.
I was just confused.
He just fucking
He
shoots Amari in
fucking
the
two
chest.
bolts into the back of fucking Rom's head. Ugh.
Great, cool.
Stay in this stuff.
Like, fucking went to all that trouble to bring me back to life. Great.
Amari sits beside Walker.
Did he feel you?
How long did our... Sorry,
you were gone.
then,
You were gone a total of maybe hour 15 minutes.
how long was the walk back from where we were?
About 15 minutes.
Okay, so Amari had 15 minutes to think over his little thing.
Did he fill you in, Amari?
More or less.
We were in public, so not that much. Dangerous job, northeast. The possible repercussions of things going wrong.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are going, so I'm going.
Are you quite sure? As Walker says, it might be dangerous.
I mean,
It will be dangerous.
it's been dangerous before.
But this is very different. This is more dangerous.
It's a different manner of dangerous. If things go wrong, you can never live a normal life within Leanor.
I mean, I miss you guys.
I guess the main thing to consider is if being with us, the people you have known for, 3 weeks, is worth never being able to live a normal life in Leanor again, essentially.
Oh, I'll probably never live a normal life, trust me.
Alright.
That's up to you.
No one's stopping you.
Aye.
I mean, I gotta go where my friends are.
At that, Owen smiles at Amari.
Rob too, and she says, I mean, that's basically, well, half the reason that I'm going.
What's the other half?
That I can help my friends.
Hmm.
Well, it's settled. We leave at first light tomorrow.
Alright. Ready as I'll ever be. My stuff's always packed.
There is one more thing, though.
Mhm.
And Owen kind of addresses the group rather than Amari specifically. We've heard from Marquez that, well, he thinks we would be better off with horses.
In general? What do you mean?
Owen again motions for Fergus to explain.
He explains it yet again, in that same roundabout way that only Fergus can.
So, Van, is the implication that we should be riding horses from Starshore to fucking
No,
Aria,
the
or that
implication is you take horses from the time you're dropped off outside of Aria to Fort Siege.
So
I
the
guess
idea that we should be buying... okay, so we have to take them on the boat then. Okay.
Yeah, I guess my issue...
to take on the boat to then ride from the coast to Aria to the fort.
Yes,
think
and
my
we could also
issue
potentially
personally
buy
was I'd-
horses at Morwen.
Could also
that-
do that, yeah.
Well, he did also say that the stables in Starshore would sell us horses if we mention his name.
Right. Well,
That's good.
Maybe something we should consider then.
Do we know how expensive horses would be? Like, ballpark?
How nice a horse do you want?
Usable.
A riding horse.
A horse that rides.
That is not an asshole.
You would
Don't
know
you talk about Sherry like that.
Depending on age, temperament, things like that, between probably 10 and 100 crosses each.
Ugh, yikes.
Okay, well...
Time to get on credit with Ron's parents.
Woo! I mean, we could... we could go steal some horses from my fucking ranch.
No.
Range.
That's so out of the
Was that in
way.
character?
No, of course
Okay.
not.
Man,
What
I
she
bet they got
means to
some
say
sweet
is
horses,
she
too.
wants to say yes.
Pretty expensive to buy horses for everyone.
Could
Even
we
with the one
ride
we already
double?
have. Man, does Walker think that's a feasible idea to ride double on horses while trying to, use them for speed?
No. Especially not when you consider you're going to be bringing all of your things with you.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
Well,
Probably not possible that way.
we didn't need enough for everyone, right? We needed
He said
We
he
need
has
more
4.
horses.
Yeah.
And we have Sherry.
plus
so
one,
We need,
so
yeah,
we only
need
need
4.
3.
No, 4.
Or-
There's 9 of us.
Oh, right.
That's a significant amount of crosses. I suppose it's been good that we've been taking jobs up until this point. And
much
no
do
one
we have?
responds.
Well, if we're taking Sherry with us, then I won't have to pay. Oh. I have a lot of money right now. I forgot that Henry gave me 6 sons, and I was like, oh shit.
Jesus, you're rich.
I mean, if you... Yeah, it's a good amount of money.
Didn't Henry win like 40 sons off that fucking orc, or were those crosses?
Those are crosses.
Henry won a fuck ton of money.
I wish I had money.
Well, Henry's not here for us to ask how much money he'll give us right now.
Well,
mean, not
Henry's
in
here,
character,
and
at
he'll give you
least.
all of his money. He'll give you the shirt off of his back if you'll ask for it.
Well,
You're saying he'll give me a
why
bunch of raw silver?
why don't we see total how much we can spend then?
Like, how much money as a group we have?
Alright, lads, turn out your pockets.
I mean, Rom right now has like 160 crosses that she can spend on you guys, which is a lot. I don't know.
That's
I don't know how Ryan would play it, so I'm gonna make a call here and be open. Henry currently has 457 crosses.
Are you?
What the fuck?
Yeah, his fucking girlfriend gave him like fucking a pack of like 40 sons or some shit.
So what you're saying is that Henry is buying the horses.
Why isn't he in the business? Take out a loan.
We'll never
Fuck yeah.
go
How much?
hungry
How much
again.
the horses cost? Exactly.
We have to go see.
He said.
Let's
He
go-
said.
let's go.
Henry will just buy you the nicest horses.
Aw,
Let's make him poor again. Walker would tell the others that, given that he saved a bit on his own, he has about 40 crosses he can put towards the pool.
Ian has 33 crosses.
I have effectively 32. That's in suns, clips, and crescents. Or crosses, clips, and crescents. I don't have any suns.
I can cover Fergus's horse.
Well, it seems like we don't have a money problem right now.
Look, if you're having problems, you need to do it. I don't mind staying on the ship while you do. I'll stay with Marcus. And Marcus, I don't know.
It might not be a bad idea for you to see what you can find out about the man, if he'll have you.
I'm very good at that. Subterfuge.
Walker looks
Right
doubtful.
Owen rolls his eyes.
Evian takes a long drink.
I mean,
Fergus, seeing you take a long drink, realizes something he forgot, and he goes and gets a big drink.
He gets a big gulp of fucking alcohol.
Yeah.
Pure grain
straight
alcohol.
alcohol.
Right. It sounds like we won't be
Okay,
able to
so
do much else here.
are we
After
going
we
to?
leave, we should finish making preparations.
Rom, why don't we go and see about those horses?
Absolutely.
Is that an open invitation?
If you wish to come.
Might as well.
Owen,
Walker
gets up to leave.
gives them a small bag of coins for his contribution. Bag of 40 crosses.
Should I pitch in?
I was just going to go see how much they were, but if you want to come, it's fine with me.
I was gonna stay here. I was just wondering if I needed to contribute to the total. I feel like I should. I just didn't know if you guys would want me to.
The
Do you
more
have-
we have, the better we'll be able to afford.
You have your own bag, right? We can just keep it separate, and if we don't need it, I'll give it back to you.
Mm-hmm. Amari just hands you his coin purse. He doesn't have a separate bag to put them in. And inside is 21 crosses, 98 clips, and 202 crescents.
Jesus, dude, convert that shit.
He likes having change. He's that guy who
I like
pays an
having
exact
change.
change.
I like change! Get off my dick!
He's scared of the time he goes to the store and they don't have change and he has to wait.
Listen, it's like a bag of ball bearings, except it's coins.
Nick,
Just
did you
Jesus.
write down the money that Walker gave Owen?
The first time or this time?
This time.
Yes.
Okay. The first time?
First time it was actually all your money.
I mean, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
So, just to make sure,
That
you've
bag
got,
weighs-
got both the separate bags, right?
That bag weighs
Hold on
3
one
pounds.
second.
240.
New loot, walkers, money.
Walker's share works.
40 crosses. And then
And then there's Amari's 3-pound sack he hands you.
Jesus. Can you just post it in casual or something so I can copy pasta?
Yeah, I'll post it. I'll post it.
I felt like Nick said copy pasta.
So, as you organize your money, you head out to the Vicious Halter outside of the gates.
I'm gonna go eat pie.
Great, good for you.
What a bitch. Yes, that is where we're going then.
You get to the Vicious Halter, you see the Dwarven man once more. This guy gives you a look. He kind of like grits his teeth a bit. What can I do for you? Here to pay your daily bill on your horse?
Actually, we were looking to buy.
He kind of froze a bit. Don't have any anything right now for sale.
My friend Marquez said you could help us out.
He considers for a moment, looks across the small office. I suppose I do have a few. I don't have a lot of paperwork on them. They were left here. Unpaid, stationing. Never came to get them. I don't have names or anything for them.
Well,
ID
that's all right.
need.
At least 3.
I believe. Yeah.
He heads into the... He, opens up a back door out of the office and, motions for you to follow him.
Owen steps behind.
All right.
You follow, and he guides you to the back of these stables. They are massive and vaguely reminiscent of, a flea market, in that they are loud, but mostly just offensively bad stench of horse shit. And, there's a back corner where you can see a few smaller stables, and the horses look well cared for, but also like they've probably been here a while. Longer than they probably should have been. They don't have a nice setup. They just look like they have what they need to survive and be taken care of.
So they don't look malnourished or anything?
No, they don't look malnourished or anything. They look like something that this guy desperately needs to get rid of.
Ah,
But
yeah.
well then.
Can
Can I communicate this non-verbally to my ever so charismatic friend here?
I'll say Rom can give me an insight check to see if she can pick up on exactly what you're saying.
You know what? In fact, scratch that. Owen's not gonna do that. He will wait for the dwarf's business pitch.
He kind of looks over, so, we got about 5 here. They, various amounts of weeks they've been here. Some of them are a bit older. None of them are the best. And he kind of leans in close. The nice ones don't get co-opted by the Sun's Chosen, part of our deal. They didn't want these, but...
Owen nods knowingly.
He
What
kind of
about,
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I'm kind of mincing my words here. Can Owen tell, so he said there were 5, right?
Yes.
Can he tell which are the best 3?
At a glance, not
He's willing
really.
to. Are they? They're each in their own stall or something.
There are
right?
2 of them in one stall, 2 in another, and then 1 in a much smaller one.
So Owen's gonna do that horse people thing where he goes up to the stall and makes the clicky noise with his mouth, trying to get the horse's attention, and just kind of get a feel for each of the horses.
Okay, give me an animal handling check. Of the 5, there are 2 that seem very nice. One of them is pitch black, a shiny coat of pitch black, midnight. Another one is almost has cow-like spots of black and white across it, splotchy. Those are the 2 nicest ones. They seem like they were actively used for heavy amounts of long-term riding. They both seem to be in very good health. They both seem strong. They're not old. You can't tell exactly, but they're definitely no more than a middle-aged horse. So they've still got some good years on them. Of the other 3, 2 of them seem like they've been here a while and probably aren't taken out and worked out as much as they should be and are a bit out of shape. And the other one is about average. Looks like a riding horse that's a bit out of shape on its way to the same kind of way as the other ones. It's a white and brown with a very long white mane and these kind of like, almost like a poofy mane around its feet.
That's called feathering.
I'm trying to. As you said, so there's the very there's the one with the black.
The pure black one, yeah.
All black, and then there's the one. I thought, is there two that are?
Yes, there are two that are in very good shape. The other one is almost has like a cow-like spots and splotches of black and white on it.
And then there's another. Oh, there's so black and white, and then the other one that's like good is
yes, that's white and brown. White with some brown, and then it's got. I'm sorry, Alex corrected me. Feathering on its feet, and a very long white mane.
How much for Midnight and his friend here?
Alright, this one apparently won some awards. He looks skeptical as he says that. Apparently it's one of the fastest horses in Leanor. And he's motioning specifically to the pitch black one. Get part with it.
But no papers.
He gives a mildly annoyed look. Like that, of course not. It will run you 80 crosses. The other one next to it, the cow one, I could do 65 crosses.
And the white and brown?
He considers for a moment. 35.
Quick math.
175? With no bargaining?
It's not terrible.
You said 80, 60, and 35, right?
65 and 30. Oh,
so 180.
Yeah,
so 180 then if it's 65.
Well, I have 160. Walker gave us 40.
Hey,
so...
Alex, you should haggle with this man.
I'm just saying, we can afford it. We can already afford it, so we're in the clear. We're in the clear. So I'm
going to haggle.
Yes.
The fuck was that?
That was a Life of Brian quote.
Yeah. Fucking no movie watching chump. Anyway.
Shitty pop culture liker.
Shut up.
The important thing is I found a way to be superior to both of you. Anyway.
What?
Anyway, so, presumably, Rom went with Owen when, he went to go check out the bros, the horse bros.
We're all there.
Presumably she doesn't have as good of knowledge as him. But, you know,
but he has pointed out that there's no papers, though.
Alright, well... Seems like you want to get these off of your hands, though. We said that they'd been here for a while.
I'll tell you what. I'll do all 5. 250.
But we don't need all 5, we just need the 3.
That's right. We're only in the market for 3 horses.
He just kind of, like, a bit frustrated.
I'll tell you what. 200 for all 5.
Give me a persuasion check, Owen.
Damn it!
Why the fuck? What's wrong with you, Nick?
I don't know. I'm just trying to play D&D, man. That's all.
Who the fuck plays D&D? What are you, a nerd?
Easy! It's about horses!
Dude, that's what I
Easy!
call a fucking dork expertise. That's a dork savant.
I'll do you 220, and I'll throw in saddles.
Done. And Owen sticks out his hand.
He shakes your hand. Very happy with his transaction. And did you need them? I can keep them here for a night or two.
Can you deliver them to a ship on the morrow?
He kind of looks around. No problem. What ship?
The Long Howl. We might be back later, have to make sure that there's going to be enough room for all of them.
He nods. No problem. Should I be delivering your wagon horse as well?
Do they look like? So Owen knows Sherry. He has traveled with Sherry for a while, right?
Yeah.
Do these look like these horses are they're in better shape?
One of them is considerably younger. One of the horses, you get the sense that they didn't have to put the horse down in a couple years, so they just left it here so they didn't have to deal with it because it's really fucking old.
Wait, why didn't you tell me that before I bought it?
It's still in good shape. It's still a good horse, but like it probably doesn't have more than a good couple years. But it's not gonna be like it's as healthy as a horse that old is going to be, if that makes sense. Like it's a thing where if somebody had nicer horses, they would have just left it probably easier than getting rid of it.
I feel like that's some information that you should have.
I didn't think that would be pertinent given the time scale of your current objective.
See now, Walker's got to fucking put down a horse while Owen cries in the corner.
I just.
And he's gonna have to be the bad guy again.
I mean, if that changes things, let me know.
I mean, it kind of. I don't know, because like it seemed like he was giving us a deal if we bought more horses.
He was,
but you're telling me that
like for the age that horse is in good shape.
Think about it. We got an extra.
Say that about a 70-year-old man, and he's still like 70. Like he's not going out running marathons.
Yeah, but you're also not buying a 70-year-old man.
I'm just saying.
Could we? Is that an option?
Only if you force him to run marathons.
Keep in mind, we did get 2 horses and five saddles.
Let me ask you this, Ben. Let me ask you this. Out of character, would Owen know how much the saddles and tack would be for the 3 horses? Like because he said he would give us the 3 horses for 180. So for an extra 40, is that a good price?
Yeah, the saddles are probably gonna run you like 3 to 5 crosses each. So 3 saddles would have been between probably 10-15 crosses. So getting 5 saddles, that's minimum 15 crosses. So
each
you essentially
of those
are
2
getting a
horses
horse for free.
10 crosses.
Yeah.
Why was he steward just now?
Like I'm just. Before I thought that I don't know what I thought. I guess I just misread the situation. I'm gonna stand by what I already said and make the deal. Owen will make up the cost of the extra horses.
Okay. Mechanically, the 2 cheap ones are considered draft horses. The other 3 are considered riding horses, but the black one has move speed of 70 feet, not 60.
Owen puts 100 crosses down for the pot.
We'll put down 30.
What did Evian do?
30.
So you need 90.
So we need 90? Okay, gotcha. Done deal.
All right. And he promises you, if he hears nothing, he will have them delivered shortly after sunrise to the Corollarium at the Long Hall. Care of the Long Howl.
Do they seem of good temperament? Like, are they bitchy like Sherry? Because
No,
Owen
they
is
seem-
fully prepared to
yeah.
make Walker ride his own horse. 'cause
They
he
seem a
technically
bit
owns
more
Sherry.
laid back.
What's that?
A bit more... The biggest thing is they seem kind of lonely and bored.
Oh!
Like-
Owen whispers sweet nothings into their ears as he moves among them.
Owen proceeds to pillow talk in front of everyone.
Yeah, no, the biggest thing is they seem like, for the most part, they've been here too long and just have been sitting around in a fucking stable for a while. So, with your 5 horses purchased... Is there anything
I'm
else?
sorry, real quick. Alex, you said Rom put down the 90 crosses?
Yes, that was what was left, right?
Well, I mean, the 100 crosses Owen put down were his own, so he was going to put down like 10 from Walker and Amari, and then give the rest back to them. So
Okay,
if you want to take
so-
20 back, that's fine.
I guess I won't argue.
You could.
I mean, she could also try and persuade, but she didn't do that either.
Yeah, it was very cool of her.
Well, fucking.
Thanks for his face.
I
Sorry,
was.
bro.
Listen.
All I'm
Was that
saying is
going somewhere?
we've had better faces in previous campaigns. Something.
Ouch.
Fucking you do it then, you piece of poo poo.
Oh, you're not gonna
Anyway.
want Walker to do that.
Imagine making a character who's incapable of social interaction. What a bitch.
Anyway,
Anyway. So,
alright.
you guys eventually make your way back to the Darrow Fort, your unofficial base of operations for the past few days here.
You're like a week
You've been here
almost.
close to, yeah. Been here for...
There was something I want to do while they were gone, and it sucked the fucking Ryan isn't here. But I need to speak with Henry. Walker needs to speak with Henry.
Is it something that needs to be done before you leave?
Yes.
Or...
Yes, he's something while we're in the city, which is unfortunate. But it
Can it be done in the morning before you leave?
Maybe. Walker's gonna ask him if he can get some silver for more bolts. If Henry could provide some silver for him, being a jeweler.
Yeah, you could probably... That's something, considering how close you'd be, that's something you could deal with in the morning.
Okay, we
Alright.
can do that later then.
So that will
I also
happen
kind of want to
next
do it while Owen wasn't there. Is another thing.
He's sneaking.
That's, yeah, we can go ahead and have them have that conversation in private before you.
Right. Sounds
So with that, does anyone have any more preparations or shopping to do before night? Any
Owen
thought?
needs to go and check that the Long Howl has room for. Gosh, we have we have his 4 plus our 6. Is that right?
Yeah!
good. We buy an extra horse. Ugh.
Plus 9 people. Oh,
Quite.
God.
Correct. That's correct.
We don't have
two
papers for these
horses.
horses, which sucks. Is that a thing we could attain? Like, could
I'm
we
sorry, attain
papers
what?
For these, papers for these horses.
You mean to justify ownership?
Yeah.
Not really.
A
It would be like
follow-up
having
question.
papers for a sword.
A follow-up
I
question.
mean, we have papers for like the cart and shit. That's why I was asking.
Oh, so that no, I get it. That the papers for the cart and that horse are because it was owned by the Entelier.
Because,
Okay.
it was essentially being decommissioned, so it was papers proving that you didn't steal it from the Entelier or something.
Okay, that makes sense.
So nobody's gonna bitch about Owen having his sweet midnight horse now.
Yeah.
Sick.
Amari would like to take a bit of a nap because he's going goblin hunting.
All right.
And
At the
Owen will
night.
take care of making sure or visiting the Long Howl again and seeing how mad Marquez is gonna be.
Walker's
you
gonna sleep
are
for 12 hours.
all right. So Walker's crashing. Owen, you head back to the Long Howl. Marquez is still there. It seems most of his crew have disembarked since. But he is still there, and he informs you it will be no problem at all.
Excellent.
Though you guys are going to have to pull some weight, because he's going to be leaving some of his crew behind.
Is that in direct consequence of Owen buying extra horses, or was he doing that
It's
anyway?
in direct consequence of the fact that there's 9 fucking people coming.
So we would have had to do that anyway.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Though it is also going to be cramped, and he seems to be implying that y'all might be sharing some rooms with these horses?
Sweet.
Guess we're gonna get to know them real well.
After that, Owen will head back to the stables, make sure the guy knows that everything is in order.
All right.
And then I think he will spend, like, if this is evening or the afternoon, he will spend the rest of today just with the horses, making sure that they're all good and, like, I don't know, doing horse people things.
In particular...
Rom will help with that.
Okay. Rom is helping. Rom is today's
I
Owen
mean,
accessory.
I'm sure she didn't, like, do a lot of the actual training and maintenance stuff on her rich people ranch, but she's willing to take direction and etc.
So with that, you, what you get is, especially the Midnight Horse, is incredibly fucking antsy and cannot sit still. Like...
Love it.
You can see it's like, it paces in the small stall. It's like, this thing is hyperactive as fuck.
Just a big crackhead in horse form.
I mean, that seems, from what little I know of horses, that seems apt for a very fast horse.
Thank you for your confirmation, Alex.
Thank you, horse girl.
Shut up.
I was going to say, to answer everyone's unasked question, Owen is in fact a horse girl, so...
What is he naming them all? Or is he going to let people name the horses they ride?
He is going to name the black horse because he paid for that one, but everyone else is free to name their own horses.
Is it Daniel?
No.
Is it a boy or a girl? We don't know.
Hang on,
the
I
black
think
horse
it's
is a
labeled on the
boy.
bottom. I think it's labeled on the bottom. I think you can check.
Actually, I just pulled it, double checking. They are all boys except for the splotchy cow one.
Oh god.
Are they intact boys?
Yikes.
Yes.
What a question.
Yeah.
It's important for horse knowledge.
Is it?
Yes!
No, it's important for Alex knowledge.
I don't think
No, dude.
they neutered or spayed animals like in ye olden times. Did they? Is that a thing?
Mida.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
You
I was
Anyway.
looking up about intact medieval dogs.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, Owen does return Walker and Amari's purses 10 crosses lighter.
What time would Owen have gotten back, Vim?
Like, mid-afternoon?
Okay, so way before Walker would have crashed for his 12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you said 30?
Wiki. Go ahead. I'll interrupt in a minute.
30
Yeah,
out of
You
my
could just
40?
put it in
So-
the casual talk channel.
30
Gotcha.
crosses for Walker, and Amari's exact amount minus 10. And I'm deleting that from Owen's inventory, so hope you guys write it down.
Alright.
Alright. So, with that, you all begin to finish preparations before leaving Starshore behind for this next leg of your journey to hopefully eventually leave Leanor behind. Amari, you're going hunting.
Was
You
to
wake
make Papa
up
proud.
about... Amari? Huh? Amari?
Cool.
Mitch?
Amari, Mitch, buddy.
I didn't have my thing and I was muted.
Keep going, Mitchell. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't
I
stop.
didn't have my mouse
So anyway...
and I was muted.
You wake up about sundown after a nap. You're feeling a bit more reinvigorated. you find out very quickly that Walker is intending to crash so that he will be fully ready to go for this crazy journey you're going on.
Or has already crashed, probably.
Yeah, you kind of like, oh, no. All right, the
Like,
door's locked.
Hey, Walker, you want to go goblet hunting?
So-
Sees he's asleep.
Is there anyone else you would like to bring with you?
Bring Simon so he does more than one thing during this session.
He'll ask each person in order, and if he gets one person, that's who he's sticking with. So he'll go to Evian first.
Hang on, what
Ian
order?
hasn't slept like 36 hours. He's
Evian
going
looks
down.
like fucking garbage!
He looks like Walker normally does.
And then goes on to the next one. Liliana's still probably snoring away like a chainsaw. So he goes to Owen.
Rude.
Who also looks like shit.
Yeah, so Owen gets back for
I
like
thought
the
Owen was
third
going to be
time.
spending most of the evening with the horses.
Well, so I was gonna say after he's done doing the horse thing, Owen gets back. He smells like horse, and he just looks beat.
Hey, hey, Owen. Are you?
I'm out of you.
Are you? You seem like you're tired. Amari's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
like visually like keeping every time Owen steps a little closer, Amari steps like a foot back, so there's like at least 5 feet between the two because he does.
Social distancing, I respect that.
Yeah, exactly. Social smelling, more like.
Did you need something, Amari?
Oh no, I'm just going to do something, and didn't know if anyone wanted to come with, but it seems like everyone's really tired.
I going to sleep,
Mhm.
resting up before a long journey as it was.
Yeah, I've been resting all day, so I'm gonna stay up tonight and do some last minute stuff.
Well, be careful.
You have heard that Henry, knowing that you're going to be leaving, is going to be spending most of the evening figuring out exactly what the plan is going to be with his jewelry store, so he is unavailable.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Rom.
Do I still have a level of exhaustion?
Yes.
Do
And
I
you still have a -1 from your resurrection!
Sleepy time. Sleepy time, best man.
Yeah.
No, he would go to knock on Rom's door and then be like, nope.
But
And
Rom
realize
came
it's
back
a
with
really-
Owen.
I know, he would have realized that was a very bad idea, considering, hey, you want to go vigilante hunting with me? To the just barely
I mean,
alive.
any other time she would have been totally down.
No, everyone just telling Amari no one by one. Oh, how depressing!
And
Like
then,
I said, Simon.
then he goes to Simon.
Yes, I'm alright.
Hey, are you gonna be up for much longer tonight?
What time is it right now, Ben?
About sundown.
Sundown. So like 6.
Be up for probably
7.
another 3-4 hours.
You want to make it 12?
No, I don't want to make it 12.
Oh.
Omari.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna be up
Why?
for a while. I'm going. You see, there's a goblin or goblinoid or something. He's been terrorizing people, and they all have the same story of they keep getting chased into an alley, and they turn around and he's gone. So I'm gonna see what that's about.
I mean, why don't you rest up? We're leaving.
Well, this is like the best time to go goblin catching.
So you're not gonna get any rest before.
No, I've had a rest. I've been resting all day.
Simon's speechless. You still need sleep to function.
But but you don't need sleep to get your book read?
I still sleep, Amari.
Come on.
Okay, how about this? I'll help you out for 4 hours ish when I get tired. I'm leaving. I'm not staying out for 12 hours.
Okay. I wasn't asking you to. Maybe you can teach me a little bit of your dog speak. While we're looking.
Say it. Say it, Maury. Say it. I dare you.
What do you mean?
I'll help you for 4 hours, roughly.
Alright.
Simon, we'll get up.
Mari will head out with Simon. Does Simon at least try to attempt to teach Amari Abyssal? Or is he too spiteful? He's like, say it. Say what it's called, and he won't.
Speaking Abyssal in a crowded town late at night probably isn't the best idea.
Come on.
Speaking what you call dog speak in a crowded town, probably not the best idea, and he would tell
It's
you
late
that.
at night. We should be quiet.
It's even worse. Abyssal's scary, Amari.
I know, I heard.
So making those sounds late at night, you think is a little suspicious?
If anything, it'll attract the goblin. Maybe he speaks it too.
Simon, dude, that's Simon. I call you Simon. Ben, would I know? Would a bit still attract a goblin?
Give me a nature check.
We know what goblins are.
Probably not. I mean, that's weird. That's something that's trying to hide would be attracted by a language. But you haven't,
Yeah.
that's more inference. You haven't really read anything one way or another.
Still, Amari, maybe when we're on the boat ride, maybe I can teach you something about something. But speaking Abyssal at whatever time
It's
moon's out.
fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just messing with you.
Can I insight that?
Sure.
Give me a blind insight check.
Make it blind, baby.
Insight.
You can't. This dude has a ton of fucking energy, and you can't tell if he's just using it to fuck with you or if he's you have no idea.
Simon now scared for his life.
Oh, hey, you've got I saw you flip through your spell book. I saw written spells look a lot different than, well, he would be saying this quieter. He wouldn't be blaring this out like I am. But I saw your book has it's written down, so it looks different than how I figure out my magic. Can you try to see something for me?
Try to see something for you?
Yeah, I've got something.
Sure.
And he will take his glove off and show Simon the mark on his hand. Who's calling me?
You take your glove off. Have you ever described the mark to Simon before?
Not to Simon. I'm sending him a picture of it.
Okay.
If I can find it. My brother's trying to call me. Hold on.
I guess we're gonna take a quick break now while he finds that and deals with his brother. Let's go ahead and take 5, friends.
Locked out of
Reeling it back in, boys.
So, Amari, as you...
I show unto Simon my hand.
Then, have I seen anything like this before?
Give me an Arcana check.
Do good.
Make sure it's not
You know what?
blind.
Let's do a fun. Are we in private?
I would assume, given what he is showing you, that you are in private.
Yeah, like we're in
Then
your room more or less.
Remember that cantrip? Would that be
cantrip?
the special cantrip, the one that's new?
Yes.
Would that be able to be silently done without anyone seeing it?
No,
I mean,
it has
we're in your
vocal
room.
and somatic components, but you
Fuck.
are presumably in your room where he found you.
Okay. I don't know why I thought we were already out. I might know something about that. But do you mind if I do something real quick
Sure.
for me to focus?
Sure.
Air quotes on focus. Simon will.
Mario
his
will
hand-
probably close the door first.
Yeah. Simon will put his hand on your
It worked
shoulder.
already.
Just. You're probably gonna stub your toe on the way out or something. I'm just letting you know.
What?
And I'll cast Stolen Virtue.
All right, I need a wisdom save, Amari.
Oh no!
Oh, no, yeah.
What
He's just
are you doing
this
to the
my
without
heart.
consent.
Amari,
to the child?
you take 2 psychic damage.
Oh my god, my nose starts bleeding. What? How?
You're fine. It's just so. It's just
Feeling
not.
lightheaded.
It's okay. Simon treats it like it's a little kid. Like a little kid. It's okay. And I
Punch
will.
me in the brain.
I will now roll my Arcana check with a +2.
All right.
28.
Imagine.
All right. You
Brave it, Cole.
You have seen this. It's not something that you studied extensively, but it's something that you occasionally came across in textbooks.
Mhm.
It was referred to as a lot of different things, but the summary is that it was referred to as something like, not this exactly, but similar designs. Always someplace kind of like, back of the hand, not an uncommon thing to have read about. Referred to vaguely, colloquially as like the mark of the devil.
Oh.
Always referred to as a very bad thing. Like,
Oh,
the people who have this will bring
You see
about
Simon's
death,
eyes.
destruction, and misery wherever they go, and you should avoid them at all costs.
Simon's eyes just widen. What the fuck? Do you know what this is?
Mm-mm.
Simon will cover up it. Is it covered? Was it covered? Did you take
He
off the
normally
glove?
wears
He had, he had a glove over it.
Simon will put the glove back on.
Hmm?
Don't take that off.
Okay.
That's
Don't plan on it.
more or less. That's like the mark of the devil.
What?
Not good.
No, that's not true.
More or less, yeah. It's true.
I mean, come on.
all
He
I'm
like
gonna say
he's like
is
he has this look on his face like, cut it out. Come on, cut it
Like,
out.
death and destruction will follow you.
If a
Type of
28,
deal.
like, I can even elaborate a bit. It wasn't your thing to research, but essentially, like, people that show up with this were constantly referred to as the people who would bring about the undoing of Solara, the death of Leanor, things like that. They leave
Simon will
nothing
just
but
echo
misery
that
in their
on
wake.
to Amari. The exact sentence. So don't let anybody see that.
Uh-huh.
Your thoughts are good though, right? You're not thinking about
No?
killing.
what I'm thinking about is, come on, Simon, quit quit joking around. What's it mean?
I told you what it means, Amari.
Simon, I would also like you to give me a basic intelligence check.
This means you better use that cantrip again.
Yeah, better suck upon fucking Amari's brains, the devil touched one's brains.
Oof.
And again, while this wasn't exactly your forte, you know that essentially, okay, so there are laws about how magic works in Leanor. We have all been over this.
Mm-hmm.
People found with that are caught, like, hey, like if it's like, hey, you did magic, and then they are seen with that, they are generally like taken immediately to the capital where they are put to death.
Simon will tell Amari that word for word.
Simon, you're worrying me.
You're joking, right? You know what this is.
You're joking?
Simon
right?
sighs.
Simon? Please?
Just keep it covered.
He's now starting to look worried.
Where, when, how did you get that?
I was in school, and let me see.
And Satan
I'm trying to
popped up
remember.
and just stabbed you?
No, not exactly. It was this man who hold on. I'm trying to find it. On my first trip about what year is it? 7 years ago, maybe? I don't know. I was in the Saresian capital, and there was a man who bumped into me, and I thought he stabbed me, but every time I looked where he stabbed me, it wasn't there, so I didn't worry about it till this was on my hand, and every time I cast magic, it hurts a little bit, and it was also it also itches whenever I'm close to a new spell of some sort. I've got one, but it's kind of loud, and I don't know.
What do you mean by close to a new spell? Like when you're gonna receive a new spell?
Not receive, I just figure it out. I just kinda... Let me try. And he'll, like, hold his hand in a certain way, but nothing happens. And he's like, it itches. Like I'm close to doing something, but nothing happens. And I just keep trying at it, and eventually, I can. Like,
If his arm is still up after he says that, Simon will put it, like, grab it and bring it to his side. Would that mark you're powerful, Mari?
no. Come on, cut it out. I'm not that powerful.
Please just be careful.
I suppose I will. Anyways, goblin hunting. He just kind of the basic look on his face is excited but scared at this new information, but excited about the goblin hunting. And he's just trying to get his mind off of it by doing something
Logan, can
else.
you breathe that?
I said, what the Simon would say, what the fuck?
Come on, let's just try to keep our mind off of it.
Yeah, just keep it covered. Please. All costs. Like I said.
Alright. Onwards, then.
Alright. So, you guys are beginning the hunt. What are you doing tonight? What is the plan of attack?
Following the similar structure of people getting encountered, he'll try to hang around like dark alleys and stuff, and if anyone has seen anyone like that, and the eventual plan is to become bait.
Oh. Alright. And what is Simon's part in this?
Yeah,
Just
what
assume
is Simon's part of
following.
this? Just
He
following?
just wanted someone to come along.
Oh, no.
So Simon, as you're watching, if you want to do anything, you are free to. So go ahead and Amari, give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
I'll just do a perception. He'll just be looking around like he's just strolling.
Alright. You follow around, you watch Amari asking around, going to people here in the late of night, asking, heading... You know, you're not in the shackles, but you're adjacent to the...
And is it possible for him, like when, at a certain point in the night, when he's gotten, if he gets nowhere, for him to just attempt to draw attention to himself, not in front of like guards or anything to get them involved, but to like make himself appear to be by himself and in alleyways and make himself noticeable.
Okay.
Amari.
How is Simon?
I was about to ask
He
Amari.
He was going to ask Amari.
Music.
He would ask
Question.
Simon to like hang out nearby.
No, I have Simon has a question for Amari.
Mhm.
For all the people you've asked, majority being targeted, are they older? Like older people getting robbed? Or does it not matter?
Oh, how do they look? How
Old
are they?
people being alone?
This is Mitch asking. Hi, Mitch here. How are the people looking?
What do you mean?
Were they all similar or different walks of life or what?
Didn't seem like there was any immediate consistency. People who were robbed were obviously alone and in alleys and things. There's never been like an attack on a group of people.
Okay. So, were there like a duo attacked at all, or is it just always the one person?
If it was a duo, it would have been like a mom and kid, and then the mom's purse was stolen. Type of thing.
Alright, so you're going to need to be hidden because they apparently only go after one person.
Okay. So, how about I hide and you stay near, so that way nothing can go wrong.
That's the plan.
Simon,
I'm regret saying that, I swear to God.
I would like a stealth check.
Yep, of course, man. I know.
It's a shame you didn't have time to change your spells, huh?
I know, yeah, it really is.
This would have been really a helpful time to have some new spells.
That would have been an amazing roll, actually.
Yeah.
Should I make a performance check?
Drawing
attention to myself.
Yeah, I will allow... Oh my god, Jesus Christ, you're... yeah, go ahead.
Very sneaky.
Over the course of maybe 45 minutes, with Simon following you at a decent distance, though not as stealthily as you would like, every time you kind of like check in that general direction, you can see him. He is not a very stealthy boy.
After about maybe 15 to 20 minutes of me constantly looking back and always seeing Simon, Amari would turn invisible and run off.
Oh my god. Oh.
So you're just gonna leave Simon alone?
And now Simon's the bait.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Pretty funny.
Not as funny as you think. Oh my god. So Amari, you are turning invisible, and give me a perception check.
He's going to run in place and then pretend like he's running away. But he's...
I would like both of you to
staying
give me
inside.
perception checks, because Simon, you gotta figure out if you can find him again as he goes invisible, unless you don't care.
He'd
Oh.
probably be
Oh,
looking
no.
around and be like, wait, where? Amari?
You do not have any kind of dark vision, right?
I do not.
Okay. Jesus, Amari really gets that use out of that fucking invisibility. Alright, and Amari... Alright,
You want to make a stealth check?
You kind of are looking around... Yeah, go ahead. And you have advantage, of course. You look around for a little while, Simon, and you're like, fuck. And, like, though you can't see him, you're like, you don't hear footsteps getting quieter, and they just kind of stopped after a bit, but you're not sure what happened.
Simon would. Hold on, I have a good thing I can maybe do. Never mind, can't see him. Simon's gonna continue walking.
If he's like stuck behind him, or if he continues past him, I'm gonna try to match his footsteps.
Give me a straight dexterity check. Simon, a little while later, you begin to hear, like, a second set of footsteps almost perfectly in pace with your...
Simon now knows what's going on.
And a third pair of footsteps!
Simon now
Almost
knows
exactly
what's
in
going
pace
on.
with yours.
Simon continues walking.
Alright, you continue walking.
Okay.
Do I hear the third set of footsteps, or
You
no?
do not.
Alright. This is probably a bad idea.
A couple of moments go by, still following Simon.
Can I hold? Actually, no, it won't work, because that's not how spells work. Never mind.
What did you want to do?
I wanted to hold an action, I wanted to hold a spell, but it wouldn't work, because it would have to be in, like, a certain thing, and it gets wasted, blah,
Okay.
blah.
And a couple of moments later, as you are still walking past an alley, you begin walking, and Amari, from behind, you see as this net comes flying out and hits you, Simon, coming all over you. Just like, it's heavy and awkward. As it immediately circles around you, we're rolling initiative.
Oh no!
Oh lord.
Initiative. Are you rolling it for us?
Yeah. So we figure out why
As
it's been
per
fucking...
usual.
Free my man.
Got the other ones hidden.
Let my people go.
I can't believe Vin used that fucking phrasing.
It was good phrasing.
What did he say?
You
That's
see it
stupid.
coming all over you?
Alright. Amari, what are you doing?
Do I see anything?
You see a net come flying out of an alleyway and cover Simon.
I'll peek around the corner. See what netted him.
It looks like a young kid, maybe 13, 14.
I'm glad I didn't do what I was gonna do. That would have been real bad. Mario's just gonna let this play out for a minute. See what's happening.
Oh my god. Alright, now because you are netted, you are currently considered restrained. You see as Amari, from behind you, in the direction that you came, you see a large goblin come running forward that you didn't notice behind you, focusing instead intently on Simon. Whether it was in the shadows or whatnot, you're not sure, but it immediately begins frisking him.
Amari's face immediately goes from,
Do I have an action?
It is not your turn yet.
Before you.
Jesus Christ.
It is able to find your coin purse and get it cut. Just very quickly cut your coin purse and is going to use the last 10 feet of its movement to begin running.
Oh no.
Would he get an attack of opportunity?
He has not had a turn yet, so no.
Oh, he's surprised.
Yes. Now it is your turn, Simon.
Have we ruled? Can I use a bonus action but like
you were
before my
officially
action?
initiative, yeah. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna use Misty Step to get out of the net.
Where do you have Misty?
I took it when I got
believe
my
it's a wizard
spells.
step.
Like
It's a miss.
I don't see it in your spell list.
I just casted it.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. I brain farted. That was my mistake.
And once I'm out, how close is the goblin?
About 10 feet away from you.
Are you going to describe the Misty Step?
Simon will, after being caught in the net, Amari will see him turn to silvery dust and then reappear, probably like 5 feet to the left.
All right.
And then I see the goblin. I'm gonna cast Sleep, 2nd level.
You cannot cast 2 leveled spells in the same turn.
I'm pissed.
Just action surge, dummy.
Oh yeah, I action surge. Wait, so I can't cast
it
2
wouldn't work
spells? I
because
can't
You
cast
can
2
cast one
second level?
cantrip and 1 leveled spell. You can't cast 2 leveled spells.
Well, you can with 2 actions, but you cannot if you cast a leveled spell as a bonus action.
Yeah, so if you
That's
wanted
how
to
the
change,
work.
if you didn't want to cast Misty Step and wanted to do something else, that's fine.
I can't use sleep when I'm stuck in.
Yeah, you can. You're just restrained.
Actually, why not?
Oh, I can? I thought I
yeah.
needed to. Oh, okay.
You just
Then, yeah.
are restrained.
Yeah, so
I
you're
didn't know that.
casting
Okay, then
instead
yeah.
and not
And I
Misty Step?
cast sleep at 2nd level. Then I'm
Alright.
still stuck inside.
Sleep, yeah, you would still be stuck inside. So sleep at 2nd level, alright. Roll 5d8, please.
I don't know why I did that. Hold on.
Come on, get some spider crit on ROM rolls.
Hold on.
Yeah, do that.
It's actually 68.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Five- 78.
78. Alright. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, 2nd level. Damn, alright.
30.
30, alright. So, the creature has the lowest.
I'm sure he's the only one in the radius of it.
Well, you can't know that because you have no idea where
Touche.
Where?
Oh no.
I have to check and see who has lower HP, Amari or the goblin.
He could target it so it's just on the goblin.
He doesn't know where Amari is.
You make a very solid point, sir.
A third. Ooh. Goblin has less and boom, falls asleep.
Yes.
I was fearing for my life.
So does Amari.
What?
You hear a thunk a second later as Amari, as you just thunk. Amari, you have fallen asleep as well.
Do we
Fallen-
technically break initiative now, or?
No, we're still in initiative. What are you doing?
Mari just appears because he puts concentration.
Break out of the net. I tried to.
I believe you need an action. Yes, you can try and cut it with an attack, or try and use a strength check as an action.
I will.
You've already used your
try to-
action.
I
So-
will try to cut it.
Also an action.
Oh, well, you just said you could just try to cut it.
Yeah,
so-
as an
okay.
action.
Well, then I wait until next turn.
You can make only one attack. Okay, so that's all you got. All right. the other kid that was in the alleyway runs the fuck away. With that, Amari is... How long does sleep last?
It's a really long
1
time.
minute. Jesus.
It's really
Everyone's
good.
out, bro.
All right. Amari can't do it. All right, Simon, you're up. What are you doing?
I'm getting out of the net.
You did hear a bunch of yelling, a bunch of like footsteps running away from the alley in the direction of where the net came from. All right. You can either try and cut it with a weapon, or you try and tear it away.
Weapon sounds a little bit better than
you begin kind of like struggling, pulling this thing away from this awkward, like half-kneeled position you're in. What weapon are you using? Got a dagger?
the dagger. Yeah,
All right, roll to hit.
I did. It's an 8.
All right. I fucked up. I closed out a bunch of tabs. All right, there we go. You are not able to actually even hit. You're like awkwardly like unable to get a good cut going. Fortunately, with the others done, you can.
Then one more thing.
Yeah.
How close is Amari's body?
You don't
me?
know.
I was like,
Okay.
no, I'm awake. I'm asleep. That means I drop concentration. I'm incapacitated.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you lost concentration. So yeah, you're you do see him now where he fell.
Yeah,
He's
like, right beside him.
maybe like 8 or 9 feet away at the edge of the alley.
I kick him.
You can't.
I struggle in the net and I kick him. Can I do
give me an
that?
athletics check. I'll see if you can drag yourself over there to wake him up. 11's not gonna get it done.
Oh my fucking god!
You kind of like start
so
struggling.
weak.
You kind of
You're
fall over, and you're like, "Oh
twig.
shit!" You nearly like cut yourself. You have to like hold yourself and catch yourself while holding the dagger. But thankfully, with both of them asleep, you have another turn to try and break out of this net.
Dagger. Yes.
You start cutting, and you like get one arm free, and you start like you've got 5 feet of movement. It's still around you. You're able to get close enough to him to like fall on top of him if you want to wake him up.
All I have to do is like touch him technically to wake him up.
Okay,
So
yeah, you just like get over there and start like nudging him and shit. Amari, you're now awake.
Oh boy, that's what that feels like.
Goblin, over there. Get him first. I can get out.
You see on the street about 14, 15 feet down past you, a goblin. It's large and kind of grayish, almost like orc-like skin. Maybe 5 feet tall. Much taller
Actually,
than the goblins you left.
Don't touch it till I'm out, please. He should be out for a second, and then Simon will continue struggling to get out.
Alright, it is now your turn, Amari.
I'll walk over to him and just make sure he stays down. I'm not gonna touch him or anything. I'm just gonna
It's not
be
moving,
right in front of
it's
him.
fucking breathing.
hand aimed at him.
Alright,
Yeah.
Simon, you're up again.
Go get. There was
I
another
will
person. You should go
cut.
get them.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get out of this net.
You're still cutting it. It's not broken yet. Ari, you got anything else, or does he get another turn?
I guess he gets another
All right.
turn.
Help him.
Unable to cut out of the net
I
still.
want to just bang my
I believe
key.
we're at 6 turns now.
Just
I'm
fucking
going
get
to-
me out. Just
I'm
get me out.
gonna yank this thing off of him.
All right, give me a strength check.
Swear to God, if these two can't get fucking
I'm gonna-
Simon out of it.
The ultimate boss of the two nerds, a fucking reinforced net.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
All right, Amari, that's your turn. Simon, this is turn 7. Amari, it's your turn.
Get
I swear to fucking God.
Turn 8. Simon, you're up.
Oh boy.
I'm astounded at how dog shit you two are.
I want to
As
face
you
roll
guys are
my keyboard.
awkwardly, I'm imagining you're like in a heap, and now like fucking Amari's leg is stuck in the net too. Oh, all right, Amari, it's your turn.
Oh, please, for the love
All right, we are officially on turn 8 now. Simon, what are you doing?
You won't believe it, Ben.
You're cutting it. What was the last damage you hit? I need to double check. I wasn't expecting this to take so long. All right, you had a 2 and a 5, so 7, 9. You're still got a leg stuck in there and can't move. Turn 8 is coming to a close with Amari's turn.
Oh, fucking. I take out the marbled short sword and I attack with it at the ropes because I'm like a stupid piece of
Just cut his fucking leg off. Holy shit.
Fucking no regard for my
Roll
fucking
to
sake.
hit. You finally get out the short sword and you cut it very cleanly off, and while it's still mostly full, you were able to cut his other leg out, and he is now free of the net.
I'll then resheath it and get back in position of holding my hand over the dude and just point at the alley that Simon went in.
No,
we should do
in real
here-
time, it took you guys almost a minute to get out of a net.
It's insane.
It's insane because he had a fucking spell he could have just used to get out of it that he originally didn't in retcon.
I didn't want to use 2 second level spells. It's been a crazy night. But Simon will grab the net. What we should do here is just use the net. It's probably how
Just
clean
put
is
it on
the.
him. Put it on him.
Wait, I want to see. I need to look at sleep real quick. So, points.
You know, just
So I have to use an action. I have to use an action to actually wake him up. Okay. So then I'll put him
Before a
into the
minute
net.
passes.
Yeah. So I'll put him into the net now.
I would say if you're
the
going to
net.
be covering him with this heavy net, it is going to wake him up.
I got this. Hold on. Let him wake up.
Oh no. Can I tie it? Wait, can I tie his hands up with my rope?
Also, we'll wake him up.
I can't quickly tie his hands up before.
No.
Tie his legs first, not his hands.
Okay,
He's gonna
yeah.
run.
I go for his legs first. I just tie him as fast as I can before he can actually wake up and get like
give me a
oriented.
dexterity check. Let's see how fast you can tie it.
This is where I thrive. Fuck.
All right, and he is officially awake now.
I'm gonna
Amari,
tap
you were
him.
holding an action, correct?
Yeah. Hey, go back to sleep, and there's a big flash of there's like basically a flash bomb goes off. There's like a big flash of light and a big ding sound, and that's supposed to be 2 more d8. It didn't ask me for what level.
All right, 20.
He's just fucking dead.
Okay, he's fucking back out, and Simon, you kind of like your
Instead
eyes
of
kind
being
of flash
asleep-
for a second.
Instead
sorry?
of being asleep peacefully like he was, he's spasming. Like he's having a seizure.
Jeez.
What the fuck, man?
You just hear, and just like starts spasming on the fucking ground now, like having a seizure. Yeah, okay. So,
I should no problem be able to do that then.
I mean, you can use another action and fish tying his legs together.
Yeah.
That will wake him up again.
I'll see what shitty
It will
job
snap
he's doing,
him
and I'll
out
try
of
to do
this.
it.
Simon finished up tying up his legs.
All right, and he starts to kind of like shake and like the eyes open and just yay, like
Freeze! We got you.
Give me an intimidation check. Is that what that was?
This guy. Oh my god, that actually worked.
Kind of looks around, still like shaking, and then kind of like just kind of stops.
Put your hands up.
Put your hands behind your back.
You see,
have a
you
right.
see this goblinoid put its hands up.
Is he wearing a mask?
No.
Put your hands behind your back.
Can you speak? Come on. I'll try in different languages until I get a response. Like, come on, speak.
All
And see if he reacts differently to any of them.
No. Mostly
I'm
scared
alright.
shitless right now.
I don't think they can speak at all.
Alright.
It's more
We'll get his hands. I'll roll him over onto his belly, and then, because his hands are behind his back.
How big is he, Ben?
About 5. Shorter, but like just over 5 feet.
We can carry him together. We'll hog tie him up. So we'll tie his hands and then his legs separately, and then tie those two together.
I'll be doing the tying. I saw what shitty job he did.
Listen, man.
As you guys begin tying, you notice, like, occasionally you, like, move and, like, the rope goes slightly through the skin.
What?
Something, Amari, you recognize very commonly as illusory magic.
Alright, snap out of it. Come on. And I'll, like, pat his face. Come on.
It begins to fade. And you see the visage of a young man of maybe 14 or 15 with this mop of, like, long, dirty hair, tattered clothing, looking scared shitless, wide-eyed.
Where's your writ?
Cat looks down.
Not have one?
Slowly shakes his head.
Alright. Hand over the purse you took. Oh wait, no, you can't, I'm sorry. I reach and grab it for him.
It's on the ground, like, when you fucking went to sleep, it fell.
Does he have any other? Does he have any other purses on him?
Give me an investigation check.
I'm not gonna pat him down.
I will.
Simon invades your privacy.
You do find another coin purse. Like, you feel it, like, it's, like, tucked in, like, around, like, the breast pocket area. You pull it out?
Yeah.
And in there you find a coin purse with 15 flip
Let's go.
and 199 cents.
All right.
Alright, stand up. I'll help you up. Come on. And
It starts to
1, 2,
stand
and
up.
it. Alright. Can you turn yourself back into your goblin-y visage? Like
Starts
this,
shaking
or
his
do you
head.
need a minute?
Starts shaking his head.
Need your hands?
Starts shaking it. Keeps shaking his head.
Like, no? He doesn't
Yeah.
need his hands?
Like, in disagreement?
Like he
Gives,
doesn't
like,
want to.
A big, like, like breathing in like he's gonna talk. And then starts trying to, like, wiggle his hands.
Hey, look at me. I think it'd be best if you complied. Need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a failure, my dude.
Alright, so he has to comply with your orders for a while.
Which my specific order was he should comply.
Alright. And you are specifically asking him to turn back?
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
You need your hands?
No, I didn't, that won't me. I didn't do that.
Who did it?
A friend that I work with.
Where do you usually hide out at?
I got a house in the. I live with my mom in the shackles.
Mm-hmm.
I want to steal from them. They's good people out here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At this point, Simon's gonna point at Amari and use message. We should probably bring him to the authorities and then interrogate him, because yeah, makes sense.
You go do that. I'm gonna go run after the other kid.
It's been almost a minute. That kid's fucking gone. You want hunt for him?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
gonna say
I
that.
go to look where he was, and I'm like, never mind.
Amari, I also need you because if he breaks down to this type of thing, out of the mine stuff you did, and it's the whole
I got it.
process.
Let's go. Hop along.
He starts hopping quietly.
This lasts for 8 hours, by the way.
Yeah, that's fucking... What a good second level spell. Good choice.
It's a really good spell. I just decided between this and Charm Person. I'm like, this is better. It's more flexible. But anyways, off we go to the stables.
Stockade?
Yeah, stockade, not stables.
To the stables, to with the boy.
Yeah, we go to hang out with Owen and the horse.
Yeah. Just make him live with the horses. You're our new horse, boy.
Nice.
All right, you take him to the stockade. You see a couple of guards like, sorry, it's a bit late.
We caught the goblin.
As a kid. Oh, goblin.
Well, you see, they have a kid with... Listen, hey, you tell him. And I'll, like, nudge the kid.
He looks really fucking nervous. Are you sure?
I nod. You'll be fine.
Somebody uses magic on me to make me a goblin. It's like, sure. Trying to make some money now, huh?
No! Listen, if you hold on to him, I'm going to go get the other one, and they can corroborate.
He kind of looks... it's just some... He looks really nervous, like, just being here.
Hey, look at me. And I'll take his cheeks in both of my hands. I'm like, you're young. They're not gonna do anything too bad. It'll probably just be a slap on the wrist.
Of course.
You're just having a bit too much fun.
I just the guy I only knew him as Mr. Smith, but he said he would help me help my mom. He said
What's with your mom?
He kind of turns back. She got hurt. She lost a leg. She can't work. I gotta take care of her. So Mr. Smith came and said he could help me, and he was a member of the Shadow Smiths. And at that mention, both guards draw their weapons and look to you. Step away from the boy now.
I immediately hold my hands up and take 2 steps back.
They immediately grab him, throw him hard to the ground, face first, put their knees at his back, and shackle him. They look back to you. Bounty was 10 crosses?
I mean, there were... Yeah, that'll be effective.
One moment. One of them, the other one that doesn't have a knee in the kid's back, goes in while this guy begins. Wait here. Lifts him up and starts taking him to inside, into the courtyard, past the moat.
Oh, if he's gone away from me, I'll drop concentration on suggestion.
As you do that, you immediately hear screaming, "Let me fucking go! I don't want to die! Please! Please! Let me use some magic to make me talk!" Screaming, losing his mind. After a second of that, you just hear this loud sound, and the talking stops.
So we now know a way to get people automatically in trouble. Just mention them, and
Mari blanches a little bit.
A moment later, the first guard comes and brings you a small purse. Hold out your hand.
I hold out my hands.
Pours out 20 crosses.
hey.
I count out 10 and give, or I count out 9 and give, or I count out 8 and give Simon 8.
Why 8?
Well, Walker helped too, and he gets a cut too.
I got thrown to the ground, and I get 8.
Could get none, and I start to withdraw my hand.
Someone grabs the 8. Shouldn't have
Simon-
woken you.
Guard looks at you. That goblin? Find him. If I saw it. Gonna disappear. Alright.
Someone goes and goes up to the OK hand sign.
Well, you mentioned the Shadow Smiths? What is that? If I may
Something to be
ask.
worried about.
At the mention of that, Simon just grabs him. Like, he, like, not grabs him, but, like, nudges him. He's like, no.
Nothing to be worried about. Alright?
Well, I mean,
August.
they could do the same con with someone else, so we might want to go after them, wouldn't we?
You can speak to the Antier in the morning, if you care so much.
Okay. Thanks for your time. He'll do like a mock
Oh.
salute
He
and like
has
give
no
a
interest.
wink and just walk off.
Alright. And so, it's probably about, it's not even that late. Like, you were only out for probably 3 hours or so. Oh, it's only like
Perfect.
11-ish. It's not even midnight.
See, that wasn't so hard. Are you glad to have been up?
It would have been better if you told me your plan. Good thing I kind of got it halfway through.
It's fine. I knew you would have been fine.
Seriously, I could have just left you asleep.
Nah, you would have been fine. I was hanging around the entire time.
Alright.
Plus, if it was like a real goblin, because I knew that wasn't a real goblin.
Oh, you knew it wasn't a real goblin.
If it was, I would just, like holds out his hand like he does like the same. He holds out his hands like he does for his elemental. Even just goes like, yeah, just yeah,
The devil's hands, Amari.
Psh. It's not that bad. Done a lot more good than bad. I'll let you know.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't killed any real people. Killed a troll. Was a wolf monster. Turned into a dude though.
So, technically,
It's like half counts.
Simon's just like awkwardly like, what? I'm going back to the inn, Amari. Are you going after this thing tonight?
No. I'm tired.
Let's head back.
Alright, and you guys head back to the Darrow Fort. And so, with a new chance at escaping this country, a deal made, and a job to do, you all eventually find your way to bed for an early morning to eventually work aboard the Long Howl. And with that, we will go ahead and end today's session once more.